Are you a builder, remodeler, or homeowner? If so, you need quality materials at the right price. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, Von Tobel's friendly and knowledgeable staff can help. And since we're 100% employee-owned, every time you come in, you're dealing with an owner. We have a great selection for kitchen, bath, flooring, decking, and more. Plus, we offer free design consults to help you with your next project. Scan or visit vontobels.com today to book your free consultation. Von Tobel, building better together.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region. It's built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network. We are streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN YouTube, regionsports.com, and ihsaatv.org. We come to you tonight from Merrillville, Indiana, on the campus of Merrillville High School as Von Tobel presents the Hobart Brickies taking on the Merrillville Pirates. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color is Josh Huddleston, and Doug Ashenball will join us here in a few minutes. Josh, how's it going tonight? Week 2 already.
Week 2, it's pretty amazing. The Merrillville Pirates are starting out. They got senior night tonight. Weather is near perfect tonight, all things considering with the week that we had. I'm excited for a smash mouth football game. This old throwback rivalry kind of been reunited over the last 5-6 years, so it's going to be an exciting ball game tonight.
Hobart last week got their win at home against Chesterton, 16-13, and a new offense for Hobart. You lose Noah Ehrlich over to Crown Point in the transfer. You lose Trey Gibson, running back, went to Marion University. You bring in Sorensen, Caldwell in as transfers. What's it going to take to get these guys going and flush together?
The transfer portal is alive and well in high school football, but nonetheless, I think it's going to take a while to gel. We didn't really see it at the beginning of the game, just trying to get their bearings right. The Hobart's got an offensive line that is working towards becoming better every week, and I'm looking, from the week 1 of high school football to week 2, a lot of questions get answered. So I'll be interested to see how the Hobart Brickies come out. They didn't establish the running game as much as they would have wanted to last week. They had some connections with Sorensen and Caldwell. I look for them to go to that early and often tonight and see if they can get some success.
Sorensen, 9 of 15 last week, 141 yards and a touchdown. We will take a break right here, and you're listening to Game Night built by the Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Are you a builder, remodeler, or homeowner? If so, you need quality materials at the right price. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, Von Tobel's friendly and knowledgeable staff can help. And since we're 100% employee-owned, every time you come in, you're dealing with an owner. We have a great selection for kitchen, bath, flooring, decking, and more. Plus, we offer free design consults to help you with your next project. Scan or visit vontobels.com today to book your free consultation. Von Tobel, building better together.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. We are live at Desmarais Stadium here in Merrillville at Merrillville High School. We're getting set for Hobart and the Pirates take off. Josh Huddleston joins me here in Merrillville, and get back to this. I wanted to ask if Doug was here. Doug's running a little bit late, so he'll join us later. What's your thoughts on this whole transfer portal in high school as it carries over from college?
I tell you what, at first I was against it, and just from, a lot of, high school football, the Friday night light feel is playing on the field with your buddies and your friends. But I also realized that getting to the next level and getting to college, and you find that spot that works best for you. So where I was against it, I'm starting to lean the other direction. Give yourself the best chance to succeed, and wherever that may be at.
Yeah, so Noah Ehrlich going over to Crown Point. We got some guys, Sorensen from Lake Central, Caldwell coming over from Calumet. So, for both of these guys, Sorensen and Caldwell, they're leaving. I mean, LC's a bigger school compared to Hobart, but maybe the system is going to work better for Sorensen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, last week I was pretty impressed with his composure, his pocket presence, and I'll tell you what, he was pretty accurate last week. I think I only saw one throw that kind of got away from him. He was pretty dialed in last week in terms of throwing the ball on time and on target. So we'll see if he's able to carry that success over from week 1 to week 2 and kind of see how that works against this tough Merrillville Pirates defense.
Like I said, Caldwell is coming over from Calumet. He's coming on to bigger games for him compared to what was going on at Calumet. So you kind of figure the same thing with him.
Yeah, Caldwell, he is lightning fast. I mean, I think there's sometimes on some timing plays where he outruns the deep ball when they do a little play action. He's lightning fast, and, he could take it the distance at any time. Last week, he ran a beautiful post route, put his foot in the ground, cut back, and left the DB, and Sorensen connected on a nice post route.
Caldwell, 5 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown last week in that win against Chesterton. Their head coach is Craig Osika. He's 46-17 in his 6th year at the head of Hobart. Welcome in, Doug Ashenball. Welcome aboard.
How's it going, gentlemen? Nice night for football, huh?
Week 2, beautiful night for football. We had the heat earlier in the week, and things have cooled off a little bit. Doug, we'll take a look at Merrillville from last week. They got the win, 40-13 against the Andrean 59ers. That game, it was all Merrillville in that one.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, obviously coming in and playing the state game, I know they lost some key guys, but when you want to come out on week 1 to make a statement game, that is huge. 40-13 is a big statement saying, hey, this is going to be our year. Obviously, they got state run right on their minds too as well, and you can't start off any hotter than that on week 1 against an always good ball club over there, the Andrean 59ers.
J.Q. Johnson, 3 rushing touchdowns. Pope, 2 touchdowns and 213 yards passing. Overall, 274 yards on the ground for the Pirates. Their head coach is Brad Cease, 63-32 in his 9th year here at Merrillville. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll get you set for tonight's matchup. You are listening to Game Night. It's built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Yep, fellers.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network, your local building material supplier and design center. You can visit vontobel.com to find out more. Along with Josh Huddleston, Doug Ashenball, it's Mike Zajac from Merrillville High School.
A lot of people don't know this, but the city of Hobart, 61st Avenue divides the city. So there's kids that live in Hobart City District that attend Merrillville School. So kind of a big rivalry. Some of these kids know each other growing up, so it's a really interesting game.
It's going to be an interesting game. Both these teams kind of look, it's a different feel for both of them, really. For Hobart, you got a new offense. Merrillville last year, a devastating loss to Valpo last year, 15-14 in regionals. Great game. I think, Josh, you and I had that game out there in Valpo.
There was a couple. I mean, that game could have went either way. I think Merrillville thought they went for it on 4th down inside their 2-yard line, and Valpo was able to stop them. So, looking at the game of last week, it looked like Merrillville's hungry, and they're out for some vengeance.
Yeah, they sure are hungry, obviously. I mean, when we talked about 213-yard passing, I mean, J.Q. Johnson was all over the field, throwing, running, using his legs. That offense just seems revitalized, refreshed, and it looks like they're in a nice spot to make a nice run here this season.
These two teams played last year, was 17-7. It was a win for the Merrillville Pirates. They've actually won the last 4 against Hobart. 25-7 is the average score over the last 4 years. Sorry, Josh, but that is what it is.
As the numbers don't lie, right? The numbers do not lie. But, hey, you know what? You look at, you could Merrillville both, Hobart. One of the things is they put 2 strong opponents on the schedule week 1 and 2 before conference play kicks off. So, they want to see they want to be battle tested going into that conference play on both sides of the football. So, Merrillville played Andrean, and now Hobart's playing Chesterton and then Merrillville. So, both these coaches know the importance of playing good quality opponents in week 1 and 2 to get themselves set up for conference play.
Yeah, if Hobart can go 2-0 to start it, being Chesterton and Merrillville, 2 5A teams, that's looking pretty good. And the rest of the schedule is favorable for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you hate to play the comparative score game, but you start to look at kind of the way Hobart's trending with the emergence of a couple transfers that came in, and they always put a good ball club on the field, and likewise does Merrillville. Merrillville, the record here at DeMarini Stadium is second to none when you look at home field advantage and victories here on their home turf. So they're going to be a tough opponent. They're well coached, a lot of speed, athleticism. So Hobart's in for a treat tonight.
Yeah, just 2 losses at home since 2019. So the home crowd is coming out to support the Pirates. It's a packed house almost on the home team side as teams now meet in the middle of the field for the coin toss. Referees going over the rules and whatnot with the players.
I think we hit on it a little earlier. I know some of these teams were kind of canceled practice or practice indoors, so it'll be interesting to see how the first couple drives go and see if there's any rust that needs to be knocked off.
Yeah, nothing's like practicing indoors compared to outside on the field. So, yeah, Josh, I think you kind of hit it on the head there. You may see some mistakes early on, kind of getting that field back again, hitting outside, getting your cleats in the ground, driving the offensive line, the trenches. It's much different than putting some tennis shoes on inside of a gym.
I believe Hobart won the toss, but will kick it away to Merrillville. So Merrillville will get the ball first. And let's take a look at the Friday night forecast. It's brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is 76 degrees. It'll get down to about 74. Partly cloudy skies, and humidity is at 76, feeling like 80 degrees right now, but better than what we had the last couple days.
Very much so. I mean, you take just the temperature-wise, this is a perfect night for some football. It's not even sunny out on the field either. It's setting right behind here on the home stands, and I know the humidity is a little high, but hey, man, this is some good weather still to be at 76 degrees playing some football here in August still.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get it. It doesn't get much better than this temperature-wise. I mean, you look at it, it was a 30-degree drop from yesterday to today.
It's a top 5 matchup in the RSN poll. Hobart number 3 and Merrillville number 2. Both these teams moving up in the rankings after their victory last week. Other games going around in the region. We'll get to them a little bit later, but you can watch Valpo taking on Andrean. That is on rsn.com. That's a video. And on the audio side of things, I believe it's Taft Chicago Taft Eagles taking on the Crown Point Bulldogs down. And Crown Point, the squib kick is away. It'll be taken up around the 12-yard line. Hits off a defender and taken out of bounds around the 25-yard line. It is Javion Gills getting things started for the Pirates of Merrillville.
I like starting off with that squib kick, honestly. You don't want any big play to start off, the beginning of the game. And get it on the ground, let your your coverage team get down there, make some nice tackles, and get off the field quick. Big plays in the beginning is tough to try to battle back.
You realize that the Hobart's coaches respect the athleticism of the Merrillville Pirates.
Yeah.
Dante Pope is the quarterback under center for Merrillville. We'll get to their starting lineups coming up after this first play. It's Pope in the shotgun. Johnson to his right side. He gives it to Johnson. Johnson finds a hole and picks up about 7 on the first play of the game for the Pirates. It's Pope at quarterback. J.Q. Johnson is the running back on the line. Jaden Swanson, Deshaun Rule, Sean Hicks, Quentin Ireland, Jordan Sanders, the receivers, Zamir Martin, Javion Gills, and Ryan Cummings. 2 wide to the left for Pope in the pistol. Johnson behind him. He fakes it to Johnson. Here comes the rush. Going long. Got a man open, but he overthrew him. He was looking for John Peters, the receiver, had a step. And it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, he just overthrew him, but he definitely had you talked about the athleticism here just a second ago, and the corners are going to be up against that all night with those receivers. Just slightly overthrew him. If not, you hit that in the breadbasket, he still may be running to the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, he had him by 4 or 5 yards there, and I like taking the shot on 2nd and short, which still allows a 3rd and manageable here for the Pirates.
Pope changing the play at the line, looking over at his coaches. Johnson goes back behind him, back out of the pistol. He will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson lowers his head, but he's met by a bunch of Brickies right at the line. He picks up 1. That'll bring up 4th and 1 at the 34-yard line, near side hash. And he is right close. Actually, a favorable spot up near the 35. The offense stays out for Merrillville.
I like that. There's confidence there. But, you talk about the nose guard play over there, Marcus Fernandez, plugging up that, that A gap. He did tremendous, and he just drove backwards. But I like hurrying up right here and getting on the ball. This is saying, hey, I trust my offense to get another 6 inches.
They're going to keep it. Johnson finds a hole. He's got the first down and more. He's to the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Pirates. On the defensive side for Hobart, Andres Castillo, the defensive end, tackles Maurice MacArthur, Andrew Martinez, Bradley Gibson, the linebacker, along with Zach Bloom, Jared Hansen, Connor Stafford, a DB out there, Jacob Ramirez, Kale Schlosser, Willie Shearer, and Aiden Leonard. 4 DBs, make that 5 DBs for the Brickies. This one is caught on the far side in a big hole and a big run, gets blocking all the way down goes Dermont Bogard, cross midfield, out near the 30-yard line. There is a flag on the far side of the field.
It looked like that wide receiver was holding over there after that ball was, obviously caught. Looked like he took down the Brickies down.
What a beautiful play concept. The near receiver ran a rub route, a crossing route with the far receiver. The 2 Hobart defenders actually collided with each other,
yeah.
And he bounced out, and he was wide open, and a great read by Pope, the quarterback there.
And that's tough, man. And when you got crossing routes so close to each other, that's exactly what you see. Those linebackers trying to cover that, they're locked into those receivers. They're not looking left and right. And, man, they sure did collide.
Well, Pirates cross midfield, far side of the field from us. It's a first down from the 47-yard line. Wipes out about 15 yards on the hold. And in motion, Pope gives it to Johnson. Johnson lowers his head, still weaving his way through defenders across the 45 down to the 42-yard line.
Simple power play there. What they're doing is they got that 2 wide receiver set, closest to their sideline. It's pulling those outside backers. I don't know how much more they want to keep going man on man over here, but if I was Merrill, I'd be looking to take a shot down their sideline over here.
This is Johnson on the carry again, getting a big push from his wide receiver on the left-hand side, crossing the 35 to the 34 for a first down.
They talk about the spread offense and how everyone runs the spread, but this is a spread offense, but this is power football. They're using the H, pulling guards. It's just a fancier way of running power football, so they're just lining up and running right at the Hobart Brickies.
Yeah, and it's nice set too because you're pulling them outside backers out, so you're getting that middle clear.
Pirates go 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Pope. Pope back to pass, looking right, throw in, tipped up in the air, and almost intercepted. It lands on the field just before Zach Bloom can pick it up.
I tell you what, that was just respecting the athleticism of Merrillville. The Hobart defender was not really playing the ball there. He was just hoping if he makes that catch, I want to secure the tackle. But he could have picked that.
He could have. He was there.
He that in stride.
He was there. You're right, though. He was worried just about. He saw that wide receiver take that step back, and he knew the screen was coming. But you're right, Josh, man. If he would have just looked at that quarterback for a second, that was his. He might be running for a touchdown right now. So
that over-aggressiveness, you look for them to come back and pump fake that and try to take a shot.
And you got a single man over here, no high top safety. That's tough for the Hobart corners to guard.
Penalty on the Pirates backs him up to the 39-yard line. 1st and 15. Pope, high snap, gets it off. He will keep it and roll to his left. He's got green grass ahead of him. Lowers his head around the 25-yard line. They're going to knock him out at the 27-yard line. He's close to the first down marker. He'll be 2 yards short.
And a great read. How they pulled the guard to hit the D end, crashing down, and he just yanked it out, and he had nothing but green grass outside. I like seeing those read options when you pull a guard. It really makes it look like it's going to be a power run, and then you got your QB free on the edge. Yeah,
there was no one over there. Hobart lost contain on the far side, and Pope was able to go around the left end for a gain about 12.
2nd and 3 from the 27-yard line for Pope and company. High snap again. This one he does give to Johnson, and Johnson runs into a wall, but he is able to pick up 1 to the 26-yard line. 3rd and short for the Pirates.
That's what you're going to need to see from Hobart defense. You got to stop those power runs right there. He got maybe a yard, if that, on that. But they're going to need some solid defensive line play, especially with those linebackers being stretched out. Hobart needs to continue to keep firing off on the D-line and plugging those gaps.
Hobart's got 3 down linemen. They walk up a linebacker, but I'll see how the game progresses if they start to bring another guy down on the line.
2 wide to the left for the Pirates. Man in motion. They fake it to him. Pope keeps it up the middle. He lowers his head again, and he'll pick up the first down right into the middle of that Hobart Bricky defense.
I like the jet sweep action there, which drew the defenders just slight. You just want the defense to make that false step when you got to get short yardage, and Pope just put his head down and was able to pick the first down up.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, you got Pope and Johnson back there. You have to respect both of them. So when you're reading like that, you said they're bringing that jet across, and you're kind of reading if those linebackers bite or not. Man, that's a 1-2 punch. That's hard to stop.
Rennell Lewis into the game, the sophomore wide receiver on the far side of the field for the Pirates on first down. 2 wide to the right. Pope gives it to Johnson. He's got a big hole. 1 man to beat. And getting down inside the 10, down to the 9 for Johnson. It's a pickup of about 15 on the play. 1st and goal.
Yeah, I'd be interested here to see if Hobart does, change up their D-line or something. They've seen a lot of power right now.
They give it to Johnson. He's heading to the corner. He was tripped up right around the 2-yard line. Stays in bounds. They mark it at the 1-yard line.
Merrillville got quick on that last play. They snapped the ball before the Hobart defense was set, and that hole was wide. You could have drove a Mack truck through the sides of that hole. And a nice touchdown-saving tackle by the Brickies.
It's Bradley Gibson in on the tackle for Hobart.
I'd be shocked to see anything else other than handing it to Johnson here. He's been getting, 2 to 3 yards. It should be pretty simple for him.
2nd down. They do give it to Johnson. Johnson right up the middle, and he's in for a Pirate touchdown.
I mean, that's a really good drive by the Merrillville Pirates there. They did a lot of things, a lot of spread, get those outside backers, hit the inside power. They did some read options. They were pulling guards. That's a lot to throw at a defense here on the very first drive. Now, Hobart didn't give up the big play. They played well, but how do you make those adjustments? I'm kind of intrigued to see if they're going to come down with a little bit more down linemen here now that they're seeing a lot of power.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a 14-play drive, and they kind of mixed it up. They threw a lot at Hobart. From a defensive standpoint, kind of see the adjustments that Coach Schreiber and team makes as you start looking at, kind of imposing their will, if you will. They kind of picked and chose what they wanted to do on offense, the Pirates did. So, but that drive's over. Now you got to turn it and see how does Hobart answer on offense.
Got to answer. Got to come back here, get some momentum shifted back your way.
Giovanni Martinez, extra point up and good. 6:36 to play in the first. It's the Pirates 7, the Brickies nothing. You're listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region, right here on the Region Sports Network, building better together. 7-0 to score after a J.Q. Johnson 1-yard touchdown run. And he pretty much ran it down their throats there for the Pirates. He had some nice long run from Pope and had a nice couple passes there as well to get them into the end zone.
Yeah, like we said, they kind of got to do what they wanted on the offensive side of the ball there.
The kick away from Martinez is picked up around the 7-yard line, taken out. Let's see where they mark this out. It is at the 19 is where Sorensen and this new Hobart offense will come out for the first time tonight.
Big drive, obviously, for the Brickies. Obviously, it's your first drive of the night, but, how do you answer back? I think they want to eat some clock probably too, keep that ball out of the offense of Merrillville Pirates. But how can you come out? How can you drive? How can you respond? You got to get some points though on this drive and not a quick 3 and out. You're not looking for that.
You or someone you know is interested in becoming a licensed referee or official.
Hobart likes to run hurry up as well, so we'll see kind of the success they're able to have, the amount of plays. I mean, these games go quick when you run. Both teams are running hurry up offense.
Sorensen in the pistol. He's going to hand it off to Shearer, and Willie Shearer is going to pick up about 2 on the first play for the Brickies offense. Second down coming up. Let's look at the offense. Johnny Sorensen is the quarterback. Tackles Patrick O'Connor on the left side. Josh Diaz, the guard. The center, Aiden Olage. Right guard, Luke Juris. Jackson Ray, the right tackle. Wide receivers, Aiden Leonard, T.J. Caldwell, Willie Shearer, the halfback, and Zach Bloom, the other wide receiver on the opposite side. It's Sorensen back to pass. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Caldwell, and it's incomplete. Right around midfield, Caldwell had 2 to 3 defenders on him. It was a short throw. He had to come back, and just short. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
We talked about it, last week. When you run those play actions, I mean, Caldwell had his guy beat. He just outruns the throw sometimes because he's so fast.
He did. But I will give Johnny Sorensen the credit on that throw. He did put it only where his receiver could go and try to make a play. And it's still, he had to come back on it, hit his hands, but unfortunately just dropped it.
Empty back set for Brickies, he's rolling out to the left. Sorensen's got to get rid of it. He does. It's caught. Open field. He's got the first down and more. This is Willie Shear across the 40 to the 45. Big pickup for the Brickies there on third down.
That's one tough throw to roll out on your opposite throwing hand and have pressure coming from that same backside to flip your hips and dump it off. I mean, that is just, you're out there, you're athletic. You just made a play when you were in trouble.
We call that a no-no, go-go. No, don't throw it across your body. Once he catches it, you're saying go, 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 go. And Willie Shear made a nice job of picking the first down up.
First and 10 from their own 45, far side hash, too wide to the right. He fakes it, throws it out, and incomplete, too high for the intended receiver. Looking for Connor Stafford, the junior wideout. Brings up second down.
And he had him, too, as well on the inside. Those little quick slants that are coming in, he just overthrew it, but he had him. If he hit him in stride, that's easily a first down. It seemed like that safety was still delayed on coming back and biting on that slant.
Second and 10 from the 45. Man in motion is the tight end. Mason Jackson, he's looking to throw. It's a screen play out to the right side, caught by Shear. He's across midfield. They'll put it at the 48-yard line, 3 yards short of the first down, third and manageable now.
Great play call by the Hobart Brickies to run a screen pass there. They had 3 linemen out, 1 defender, and he slipped right through and made the tackle. That would have been a huge play if they were able to pick up that block.
Yeah, great play like you were calling there, Josh. That defensive line has been crashing hard. They're bringing some heat. No other better time to call screens when they're bringing that pressure.
Too wide to the left for Sorensen, 1 to the right on the far side hash. He'll give it to Willie Shear, and he's met by a bunch of Pirates right at the line, going nowhere. Coming in to get him was number 93, Rashawn McGee, the senior defensive lineman, in there at 270 pounds. Gets through the line, fourth down for the Brickies, and it looks like they will punt it away.
And that's just a big guy making a big play. He threw the guard off of him and met the running back in the hole. You can't ask much more from your defensive line to be able to be that strong, moving another 250-pound guy out of the way and taking the tackle head on.
Yeah, those third and shorts are will plays. Talk about trying to, who's got the stronger will, and sometimes the offense wins and sometimes the defense wins. In that situation, the defensive line is able to penetrate.
We got a whistle on the field. And the delay of game on the Brickies backs them up 5 yards.
Yeah, probably gave him a little extra room is what they were thinking.
Merrillville making some substitutions. And they're looking to block this punt too, and now some of them backing off. They got a chance at it, just missed. It's a high kick, and it's caught by the returner right at the 25. A great catch there. It was Javion Gills coming up to get it right at the 25, and Merrillville's offense back out onto the field trying to double up their score.
That was a great play, actually, catching that, because if he did not come up to catch that ball's still bouncing back. It might have fell about the 10-yard line. So, that's a great heads-up play to understand, hey, I got to go up there. I got to catch this punt if we want some good field position.
Those are dangerous when the gunner's running down there and the punt returner's coming together. I think I was holding my breath up here. I was hoping there wasn't a massive collision, but way to go down there and get it by the Merrillville punt returner.
Merrillville offense back out there from the 25-yard line. Dante Pope in the shotgun, too wide to the right. Man in motion. They're going to give it to him. This is Xavier Martin, and Martin's going to pull it upfield, and he's going to pick up about 9 on the carry out to the 34.
And now what you're seeing is they're still running that spread offense, but now they're bringing their slots over into that jet sweep. So now just not the running backs getting involved. Now the Hobart Brickies got to worry about these slots getting the ball quickly.
Johnson on the carry. Johnson breaks away from one. He breaks off another. He's across the 40 to the 42, and it's another Pirate first down.
Pirate first down.
I see a little Maurice Jones-Drew, just a powerful running back who doesn't go down on first contact. I mean, they had him in the backfield, just unable to make the tackle, kept his feet turning, spun off the guy, and was able to pick up another 5 or 6 yards.
It was a great run.
1st and 10, 3:29 to play here in the first quarter. Pirates with the ball. They give it to Johnson. Johnson lowering his head, just getting behind those big offensive linemen, and easily picks up 5 yards on the carry across the 45 to the 47.
Another pulling guard. We're seeing a lot of pulling guards from the Merrillville Pirates, and what that allows them to do, though, is their tackles and their tight ends. They don't have to worry about the end. That's one of the best things that offensive line can say is, hey, I get to leave a down lineman. That allows your big guys to continue to get up in the middle, get up on the middle linebackers. That's why we're seeing these 5-6 yard chunks right up the gut.
2nd and 5 from the 47, too wide for Merrillville. They give it this one to Javion Gills, who was behind Pope, and Gills is going to cross midfield to the 49, bringing up 3rd and 1 for the Pirates.
Last week in the Chesterton-Hobart game, Chesterton had a lot of success on the ground, running the ball right at the middle of the Hobart defense, and that's exactly what Merrillville's doing right now.
Gills takes the handoff again. He's got the first down to the 45, moves the chains again for the Pirates, and they're pretty much having their way against this Bricky defense.
Yeah, that quick pace, too, as well. It's very hard to try to make defensive adjustments, too, as well, when you're trying to make an adjustment and the offensive play is already getting snapped off. So, like you said, they had a lot of success last week against Hobart's middle, and they're just exploiting that.
1st and 10 from the 45. Johnson back behind Pope. He fakes it to him, looking to go deep. He's going deep. Got a man, had a step, and incomplete. Zamir Martin, the intended receiver. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Had him beat again. That was tough. I talked about it a little bit earlier ago that that man-on-man coverage down here has been open, and they finally took their shot, and he had him deep. Unfortunately, he just overthrew him by a couple yards.
That gives Hobart life now.
It does.
If they can get a stop here on 2nd down, or manage the ability of Merrillville to gain a big 2nd down play here. So this is a big play in this drive for the Hobart Bricky defense.
2nd and 10, 1:51 to play in the first. 3 wide to the right for Pope. He's looking right, throwing to Johnson, and Johnson getting taken down in the backfield. It's number 5 for the Hobart linebacker, Bradley Gibson, getting in there.
And you just called it, Josh. I mean, you said this was a big play from now. It's 3rd and 15, 3rd and long, right? One more big stop here, but what a play by Bradley Gibson there to be able to see that running back running that little slip route and immediately attack it. I mean, he caught the ball and was instantly hit in the backfield.
Yeah, Gibson led the team in tackles with 11 last week against Chesterton, and Pope going empty set now. Looks in left, he's getting pressured. Pass is caught around the 45, breaks away from a defender, and finally the Bricky defense coming up on him. Rennell Lewis on the the reception, and we got a Bricky down around the 41-yard line now. It'll be 4th down for the Pirates. What do you guys think coming up here on 4th? They go forward or they kick it away?
I didn't see the punt team getting loose down here on the Merrillville sideline, so I think they have a lot of confidence in their defense, and I think they're going to, they're probably averaging somewhere in the ballpark of 7 to 8 yards a play. So I could foresee the Merrillville Pirates going for this on 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way your defense played, I mean, they gave up the one big play, right, where it was kind of the no-go-go that you talked about, Josh, there. But even so, you do come up short. I think you have a lot of confidence in your defense, too, as well, to be in that position, given Hobart good field position here. So I think, just as you said, Josh, they're going to come out here. They're going to go for it.
Injured Bricky is 22, Connor Stafford, slow to get up. He is now up, walking to the sideline. Hey, don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Kroll Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, Saturdays till 2. They're in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
I think the Region Sports needs to do the play-by-play guy of the night. That'd
I
be
like
you,
that. Mike takes the cake on that.
Yeah, Bradner. Mike Bradner.
Sorry, Mike. Wrong Mike this week. It's Mike Zajac.
They surprised us. The Merrillville Pirates come out in the punt formation.
Yep.
Merrillville is in punt formation.
It's Martinez a punt it away, and the senior has a good one. And can they get to it? No, they cannot. Warren Brown tried to run it down. It goes into the end zone. It's a touchback. There is a flag out on the field. It's in the backfield.
This could be a big swing here if this goes against the Brickies. I think we might see a switch up here now. I think the offense is going to come back out on this. You know, you got about a yard left to go after this 5-yard penalty.
Running into the kicker is a 5-yard penalty in high school football, which makes it 4th and 1, super manageable for Merrillville. And you talk critical error on the Brickies, and I don't think he meant to run into him. He kind of rolled after he kind of slipped down. But now it's a huge play for the Bricks.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? You're running full speed. You're trying to block it. You're not able to slow down. You know, it's not it was on purpose kind of thing. Like you said, you know, you're rolling. It's one of those just bang plays.
4th and 1, offense out there. Pope. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson gets a push from the offensive line. He picks up the Pirate first down across the 35 to the 34.
Big swing there, though, for the Brickies there. You know, you came from having the ball on your 20-yard line to now back out there, back on defense with your back against the wall.
Yeah, and kudos to Merrillville. I mean, you know, they elected the punt, which we thought was kind of something we weren't expecting them to punt, and it plays out into their favor. And now they got 1st and 10 from their 35-yard line, and they're moving the ball.
It's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is the score. Pirates leading Hobart. You are listening to a game night built by the Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to a game night on the region. And 1st and 10, it's Pope keeping it. He's going to pick up just 1 yard. It's Von Tobel presenting game night in the region right here on Region Sports Network. They got locations in Valpo, Cherville, and Michigan City. Check out vontobel.com to find out more.
Yeah, just running the read option on there. But I can tell you what, Andrew Martinez for the Brickies, he came flying in the backfield and laid a nice big hit. But when you read, it kind of stinks, right? You're like, oh, I made the tackle. There goes the quarterback right outside. So it's very, very hard to defend an option offense.
Pope was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to keep it here on 2nd down. Got a big hole and a block ahead into the end zone. Pope walks in. Touchdown, Pirates.
I tell you what, they went trips right. The receiver to the near side. The middle linebacker shifted out, and it looked like a quarterback draw the whole way. And it was a perfect play in the defense that Hobart was running, and he picked up some beautiful blocks downfield and for a pretty 35-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that was a great block over there by the wide receiver for the Merrillville Pirates. Rynell Lewis, I mean, he kept driving him to the back of the end zone, which cleared an easy path for Dante Pope to finish it off with a score.
Martinez on for the extra point for Merrillville. As a senior puts it through and makes it 14-0, 11-12 to play in the second quarter. Pirates on top of the Brickies. You're watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network, your local building material supplier and design center. You can visit them, vontobel.com, to find out more. Second quarter, 14-0, Pirates on top of the Brickies after a 34-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Dante Pope of Merrillville. As the kick is away from the 15. This is Shearer taking it out across the 25 to the 28-yard line for the Brickies.
Great coverage there by Jeremiah Jordan coming down. At first, I thought he had a massive gap to run through up the middle, but Jeremiah Jordan came flying up, closed that gap pretty quick, and made a nice tackle there.
I tell you what, Merrillville's been able to do whatever it is that they want to do on offense, whether it's run, whether it's pass. Now Hobart's, they have to answer. When you're looking across the 3 and out here, or giving the ball back to the Merrillville Pirates, puts you in a tough situation. So I'm looking for Hobart to come out and establish some type of a running game on offense, because the last possession Sorensen pulled a couple plays out and they had some big play with it. Sorensen be able to pull some magic, so they're gonna have to identify the ability to move the football through the run game.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Josh. I mean, that's the big thing. Obviously, you had a big momentum swing too as well with the penalty that led to a touchdown. You got to get a good answer here. If not, march down the field and eat up a lot of time and get yourself in scoring position.
The other thing, too, is you look at it, we were talking in the break about the time of possession. So, Hobart, 4A school, a lot of guys are two platoon in it, playing both ways, offense and defense. And Merrillville has a lot of guys that are one-way guys. So
yeah.
The Hobart defense has been out on the field for a really long time, and they've probably been on the field for at least 10 to 11 minutes here early on in this game. So just even if it's a couple first downs to give your defense a breather and to give the defensive coaches a little bit of time to make some adjustments.
Yes, absolutely. And you talk about being out there for 10 minutes. We've only played 13 minutes in this game, so I mean, that really preludes to how long that defense has truly been out on that field.
Hobart took a timeout to talk things over here in the second. 11:03 to play in the first half. They'll get the ball in the near side hash at the 28-yard line. A bunched up formation. Now they break tight ends to each side. Sorensen will hand it off. Shearer going nowhere. Got no blocks as the Pirates get into the backfield there for a loss of 3.
Terrell Elmore just coming, off the edge. They basically left him. It looked like they were trying to read him, but handed it off. And you talk about explosion off the D-line. I mean, he exploded at the snap and was able to meet him in the backfield.
6'3", 217, fast. moves well. I mean, he looks like a quality player.
Yeah. Tough to block, tough to play against.
2nd and 13. Too wide to the right for the Brickies. Now it's a man in motion. All kinds of confusion for the Brickies, it looks like. Now the man goes in motion. They fake it to him. Sorensen rolling right, but there's nobody there. He's going to have to throw it out of bounds. Brings up 3rd and long.
Again, Terrell Elmer, we were just talking about him putting that pressure, forcing the quarterback to roll out. And he had to roll away opposite of his trip side, too. So there was only one receiver over here.
Yeah, it looked like a double move over here, like a fake and a stutter and go. But Hobart had the called timeout out of the kickoff because the play clock ran down. And that play, they didn't look real organized on offense either. So, I think they need to make some adjustments and maybe go back to simplifying things a little bit here so the game doesn't get too big for the Bricks on offense.
3rd and 13. Too wide to the right for Sorensen again. Taking it down. And a whistle and a timeout's going to be taken by Brad Cease for the Merrillville Pirates with 10:09 to play here in the first half. So 3rd down, Josh. 3rd and long. Nothing really going so far for the offense. What are we doing?
I tell you what, you can't. Going 3 and out will be critical to that defense that's been out on the field. So they're going to have to figure out a way to get a first down here, and it sounds easier said than done, and obviously we know up here that that's the objective, but how critical it is for that defense that's been out on the field for a long time. And I'll tell you what, the defense isn't playing bad, but the offense has to be able to help them out of here a little bit. So, whether it's a high-low combo, try to get a post, or looks like Merrillville's playing a lot of cover 2 over the top, so maybe a smash route combo and see if Sorensen can make that long throw to the corner.
Hobart offense back out onto the field. 3rd and 13, too wide to the right for Sorensen. Shearer right behind him. Man in motion to the left side is Mason Jackson, lined up in the tight end position. Sorensen with it, going back, looking, going to go out to Shearer. He's got the ball, 35, 40-yard line. He does pick up the first down out to the 41. It's a big first down for the Brickies.
A great play call there. Obviously, beginning a lot of pressure. What they did was basically ran like a wheel route out of the backfield. And you're talking about a middle linebacker now has to try to cover all the way to the sideline. That was a great play call right there, knowing, hey, I got a mismatch here with my running back and your inside linebacker.
Great play design. They motioned to the tight end to the other side, which made the defense shift their coverage, and then they hit Willie Shear, who's a speedster, out of the backfield.
Yep, that safety moved up, and then the safety moved more to the center. Left it wide open.
1st and 10. Sorensen's going to keep this, but he's got nowhere to go. He's going to lose yards. He's pushed out by Trenton Nixon, the linebacker. Pushes him back out to the 38-yard line.
I will say they need to probably go to the other side because this Trell Elmore, number 3 in purple for the Merrillville Pirates, he's tough. He's a high-caliber player, and he's making all kinds of plays over on this near sideline.
2nd and 13 for the Brickies. Too wide at the far side for Sorensen. Shearer to his right. Sorensen's going to keep this. Needed a block there from Shearer, but he's knocked out of bounds right at the 41-yard line. Knocked out by Jaden Mason, the defensive back getting down there. He only gets back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and long.
Yeah, great block right there by Josh Jordan, sealing that edge. I'm sorry, not Josh Jordan, Willie Shearer, sealing that edge for him. Unfortunately, though, that's 2 plays in a row where they ran out of bounds. They want that clock to keep running, too, as well. Right now, you don't convert. You're giving that ball back to the Merrillville Pirates with a lot of time left.
9:46 on the clock. Sorensen back to throw. Had a man wide open. Missed him. I think he threw it behind him. He was looking for Jackson. That brings up 4th down and punt time again for the Brickies.
That was a great read. Yeah. He had to get rid of it. He had some pressure bearing down on him, and he put it a laser beam there. I think Jackson Mason wasn't anticipating the throw to come out as quick as it did. In practice, sometimes you might get a little more steps against the T team against Merrillville. That ball's got to come out a little quicker, and they had the opportunity for a big play, but they did get a first down. They did eat up a little bit of the clock, and now they punt it back to Merrillville.
4th and 10. Merrillville showing blitz, and someone jumped on the line. There is a flag. That'll be a false start on Hobart. Nothing going good for the Brickies here in the first half.
That was a great job by the defender there. I didn't catch the number, but he came running up to the line of scrimmage and then stopped. And I mean, when you see someone coming full speed, it's hard to stay still.
Looks like Merrillville's coming.
They almost got to it. It's booted away out to the 26-yard line. Gets away from the first wave and then knocked down by, looks like Gibson. Knocks down Javion Gill. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. They'll get it at the 34-yard line.
I tell you, if you're Merrillville, you come out, you might try to take 6-7 minutes off this clock and then punch a touchdown in and go into halftime up 21-0.
I totally agree. I mean, you've been getting 12-yard drives, 14-play drives. I think they're going to do similar to boat. Yeah, they would love a long run, but they're looking to eat some clock.
Give this one to Johnson. Johnson trying to get a hold of the outside, but he stepped out right at the 45-yard line. That does give him enough for the first down.
But he does earn a Pirate first down.
We got a new quarterback in the game for the Pirates.
Yeah, I do see that.
Jordan Sanders.
Yeah. I don't see Pope anywhere on the sideline or anything. Oh, I do see him standing. It doesn't look like an injury or anything like that, but he is just standing on the sideline.
Jordan Sanders, sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 235. Big kid. Back to pass. He's got it. Looking. He's got room, but he's going to roll out to his right. Got a man wide open. It's Gills. Gills across midfield, across the 40, down to the 35. There is a flag.
Yeah, he started to obviously, scramble and roll out. It's possible that those offensive linemen made it a little bit too far downfield, maybe.
We got a couple penalties, one on the far side, one on the near side. It looked like they tried to run a rail route here, which is kind of where the guy looks like he's going to do a cross and then jets up the field, and him and the linebacker collided in the middle of the field. So I don't know if that's a penalty, and then we got a far side penalty.
Yeah, penalties on Merrillville and Hobart. They'll offset. We'll replay first down. The ball goes back to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Two wide to the right, one to the left. Sanders in the pistol with Johnson behind him. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson, big hole up the middle. Johnson crosses midfield. He may go. One man to beat. Cuts it back up the middle, and he's in for a touchdown. 55-yard touchdown for J.Q. Johnson.
Yeah, simple, just power up the center. Josh, you were talking about it earlier last week with the Hobart defense. That center is kind of their weak point, it almost seems like, and they keep exploiting that area. And man, you spread them out, you get those outside backers having to fan out a little bit more. It leaves that open, or that middle wide open, and Merrillville's just attacking it tonight.
I tell you what, number two is he's a player, he's a gamer. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't go down. I mean, you can't arm tackle him. They got some arms on him, but he ran right through it, and then he was off to the races.
Martinez out for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. The Pirates make it a 21-0 lead over the Brickies. 9:04 to play here in the first half. You are listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Building better together, 21-0. The Pirates all over the Brickies in this one. You know, guys, Johnson with 133 yards last week against Andrea, and he could surpass that again tonight.
Yeah, he's running tough. I mean, he's given the Hobart defense everything they can handle and more, and I tell you what, he's an exciting back to watch. He doesn't stop on first contact. You can't arm tackle him. He has great vision. He has tempo, patience running. For a sophomore kid, he's a pretty dynamite running back.
He is, and I like that comparison you did of MJD right there. I mean, he got that low center of gravity to the ground, and man, is he quick. I mean, that's tough to tackle, and you can't just get arms on him. You got to get your whole body on that to take him down.
Hobart's got to figure it out. Merrillville's had 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. If there's any silver lining in that touchdown, it's that the defense is now off the field.
Yeah.
It's a short kick, and Gibson's going to be the one to come up and take it around the 40.
I like that call, though, honestly. I mean, nobody's expecting that. You're going to get the ball back at half. It did catch him off guard. Thankfully, the Bricky player was able to identify and get back up to catch that ball, but I think it had everybody in the stadium not expecting that.
I mean, I think it's a gutsy call by Coach Brad Cease and company. On the flip side of that, Hobart hasn't proved that they've been able to move the ball. So, I mean, you kind of roll the dice and gamble, and if Hobart's able to recover it, in good field possession, you still put a lot of faith in your defense.
Yeah, and I mean, taking those risks, at 21-0 is much different than doing that only being up a touchdown. So a good timing to do it if you are going to take those risks.
Gibson took a shot right when he got it, but he's all right. Bricky offense back out on to the field. Sorensen, company need to get something going. Too wide to the right side. He gives it to Shear. He loses the football on the ground. It's picked up. Looks like Merrillville's got it. And I believe the Bricky offensive lineman coming out of it. There were about 3 Pirates right there. They couldn't scoop it up. And the Brickies O-line looking alive.
Now, scary moment for the Bricky offense there. That's the last thing you want is a turnover. And but again, the D-line is giving so much pressure in the backfield. It's even hard to get plays off right now for the Brickies.
I believe it was Aiden Olage who scooped it up for the Brickies. They give it to Shearer. He picks up maybe a couple feet, not much, brings up third down right just past the 45-yard line. They need to get to the 49 of Merrillville for a first down.
Speaking of silver linings, that was almost, stopped at the line of scrimmage. That fumble actually gave him about 4 yards on that last play.
Brickies get the call from sideline.
I want to see a shot to Caldwell here. See what we got.
They haven't looked at his way much. Sorensen's going to keep it. He's got a big hole. He's going to get near. No, he's going to try and get to the sideline. He's right around the 50. I don't think he's going to get the first down. Sorensen had a first down if he kept going straight, but he scrambled out to the right side, more toward the sideline. Had he gone north and south, he would have been fine. He's going to be short of a yard.
And that's tough. That's just an athlete out there trying to make a play and probably not realizing, obviously, that he was past first down and cut back. But nonetheless, is that, we're not seeing the punt team come out. I think they got faith in their offense right now to get 1 yard for them. They need it. It's big.
From the construction crew student section for fourth down defense.
Shearer right behind Sorensen. It's Jackson in motion. Pirates showing blitz. Here they come. They give it to Shearer. Shearer's got the first down. Gets a big push from the offensive line. Olage and Juris in on the push. It's a first down, much needed for the Brickies.
To go back to that last zone read by Sorensen where he wasn't able to pick the first down up, you just look at the speed of the Merrillville defense from sideline to sideline. That play looked like it had a lot of promise to it from the start, but the linebacking core and the safety core of Merrillville just able to run it down.
Too wide for Sorensen. He's back to pass, going deep, looking for a man down the right sideline. It's incomplete. He had it in his hands, looking for Aiden Leonard around the 10-yard line. They went for it, and they just missed it on first down. It's 2nd and 10 with 7:29 to play in the first.
And I love taking that shot there on first down. Obviously had man coverage there, but you talk about a ball that Johnny Sorensen just threw there. It was on the money to him. Unfortunately, his receiver didn't come down with it, but that was a big play that could have really sparked some momentum for the Bricky offense.
That was a beautiful throw. Great. There was a little hand fighting with the DB and the receiver, but a beautifully thrown ball to your point.
2nd and 10, 7:29 to play. Sorensen back to pass. He's going to roll to his right, looking downfield. Got a man wide open. It's caught by Leonard this time. He's got the first down to the 32-yard line. Aiden Leonard, the junior wideout, 6'4", 175. Got away from his man, picks up the first down for the Brickies, starting to move the ball here.
I like that. They haven't had much success running the ball, so now they're starting to kind of scramble, play a little backyard football. Sorensen's athletic, and he throws exceptionally well on the run and was able to find Leonard there.
Too wide to the left. They give this one to Shearer. He gets a hole, gives a stiff arm to a linebacker, pushes his way forward, falling forward out to the 26.
And that's how you open up, though, the power game that you want to run, right? You got to be able to throw the ball, throw it quick, throw those nice little rollout short passes. That's going to open it up. You're starting to see this Bricky offense start to get some breath back into them driving the ball.
2nd and 4 from the 26. Too wide to the left again. High snap. Sorensen gets it. Shear with the ball. He's up the middle. Had a hole. He's close to the first down marker. Right around the 22. They'll give it to him. It's another Bricky first down.
And what they're also seeing that the Brickies are identifying here is that they just trapped the D tackle. So they pulled the guard. Normally you see guards come out, pull, hit D ends, or go around to the outside linebackers. They know that interior is giving them a lot of trouble. Hey, let's let them free and let's trap them. That's exactly what they did. That D tackle came flying upfield. That guard came, pulled, put him out, and Shearer right underneath him.
Man in motion is Jackson to the left side. Sorensen looking to pass. Throwing right. He's got Leonard again. Leonard trying to get away from his defender. Cannot. It's a nice pick out to the 16-yard line for the Brickies.
And clock's running. This is good for the Brickies right now, right? If you can get a score and still eat some time up here, that is huge for your offense.
And they get the ball in the second half.
Exactly.
The second half.
One score, you come out after half. Now you score again, you're only down 1. Brickies are starting to come alive, though. You can see. You can kind of see some of that wind come pick back up in their sails.
Sorensen's going to hand this one off to Shearer. Shearer's got some blocks to the outside. He's around the 5, down to the 4. 1st and goal for the Brickies coming up with 5.5 to play here in the first half.
You talk about, a lot of people think blitzing stops the run. Blitzing creates gaps. And, they blitzed the linebacker off the outside. They had one less linebacker able to scrape and fill, and Will Shear was able to hit that seam right there for a pretty decent gain there.
Yeah, great vision. You almost seen him run like a stare. He kept going in and out, and just great vision.
1st and goal from the 4, and it looks like the Pirates are going to waste the time out here. Talk things over on the defensive side as the Brickies are knocking on the door here. Don't forget, connect in the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. We'll stay here for the halftime show, the Hose Connections halftime show. Tell you scores around the region and discuss this one and what both teams need to do moving forward in the second half.
Big play coming up here, obviously, for the Brickies. You got to get in the end zone here. This is absolutely key. Even if you don't get it on this next play, stay in bounds. Eat some clock up still. Let that clock continue to tick down. Give the Merrillville Pirate offense a lot less time once they get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge possession. You got, basically, let's call it 4 plays to get 5 yards, because I can't imagine Hobart kicking a field goal here. So they're in the red zone, and this is kind of what you find out what your teams are made of on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Brad Cease calls a timeout there. He's probably trying to get his defense regrouped.
Sorensen with it, hands it off. Shearer trying to get to the sideline, dives into the end zone for a Bricky touchdown.
What a cut by Willie Shearer. I mean, that was kind of just an off-tackle play there, and he immediately saw that linebacker fill that gap, and he did a jump cut to the outside and took it to the pylon. I mean, you want to talk about a kid that's feeling it right now, and them juices are starting to come alive for Willie Shearer.
Yeah, Willie Shear's a track star in his own right. I mean, he runs the 100, and they call him Willie the Jet Shear, and he was able to step in and then bounce out and turn the Jets on.
Dylan Hatchett coming out for the extra point. Is up and no good. Was that tipped?
That was tipped, yeah.
Tipped at the line. And those guys, I think maybe McGee might have got a big paw on it for the Pirates. So score remains 21-6, 5:25 to play here in the second quarter. You're listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network. As the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Your local building material supplier and design center. You can visit vontobel.com to find out more.
I tell you what, if you're on the kickoff team, you love touchbacks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was a nice boot, too. And now, they got to go 80 yards.
But did you give them too much time? 5.5 minutes?
There's still time. There's still a lot of time here. This is a big stop right now for the Bricky defense. I know we've been saying there's been a lot of big stops that we needed, but this is the one right here, especially with you getting the ball coming out of the half.
Yeah, Merrillville's playing great on offense. I mean, they're able to do whatever they want to do on offense. So it would be Hobart. Not to say that score went in vain, but if Merrillville's able to go down and score, it's kind of a backbreaker for you.
Dante Pope back in there at quarterback. Sanders was in their last drive, and he hands it off to Johnson. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Don't forget, follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard. It's streaming on Facebook.com/Region Sports and RegionSports.com. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
It almost looked like Pope was trying to yank that ball, though, out and get it out, and he just couldn't get it out in time. And a little bobble there, almost a fumble.
Pope drops it. Now he's got to pick it up and scramble around. Here come the Hobart defense, and they take him down in the backfield. It's Gibson taking him down behind the 15-yard line.
Yeah, another bobbled snap there. I think the last one was kind of fumbled as well. And he tried to – he almost made something happen there.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
he sure did.
Pretty electric, but Hobart's defense was pretty relentless in their attack there. It's 3rd and 15. These are screen plays, quarterback draw type plays. So let's see what the Merrillville Pirates have drawn up.
5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Pope. On the near hash, he's going to keep it right up the middle. He's tripped up by a lineman. It looks like Maurice MacArthur tripped him up right at the line. That'll bring up 4th down. He picked up maybe 3.
Yeah, I just talked about the quarterback draw there. Spread them out and try to run a quarterback draw. The Hobart defense was ready for it.
They were. That is a totally different Hobart Bricky defense we just saw on that series than we have, right? I think the offense sparked them. They're excited. They know, hey, look, they're about to get the ball back with 3 minutes. Another score, and you get the ball at half. They're right back in this game.
Right back in the game. And that's why you love the game of football.
That's right.
They do punt it away. The punter, Darian Wiggins, Bloom back the punt, and it is a botched punt. Gets past the 30-yard line. It rolls to the 37-yard line. You can't ask for better field position right here if you're the Brickies with 3:17 to play left in the first half.
Yeah, they're in plus territory right now. I mean, you got 3 minutes and 17 seconds. If you're Hobart, you're saying, hey, we want to score, but we don't want to score too quick. So we'll see how the play calling is for the Bricks here.
Yeah, I would say you open up the playbook a little bit more here. You got the room to do it. Maybe one of those that hey, this is going to give me 20 yards kind of play, trick play or something. I would like to see that from the Brickies here and just continue to spark that momentum they've gained.
1st and 10 from the 37, 3:17 to play in the second quarter. Looking left, throwing. Aiden Leonard breaks a tackle. He is out, has a first down across the 25 to the 24.
Leonard has been on fire the past couple series, but you talk about how well he's running his routes, right? The corner's giving him a lot of room. He's putting his foot in the ground and turning right back to his quarterback and then turning it into even more yardage after catching.
Yeah, well, Merrillville's following Caldwell. They're spying him with a guy, and Hobart's trying to mix up the personnel here.
Man in motion. It's pitched it out. This is Caldwell trying to get to the corner. He's going to be pushed out around the 15-yard line, close to that first down marker, and they're trying to get Caldwell into this game. That's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, just a simple jet sweep coming out of the slot position opposite. Again, that's a lot of ground to cover, though, for the Merrillville Pirates. But, again, they still did show their speed on that. I mean, he did get 8-9 yards. But after he hit that corner, I was like, man, he might be gone. But they closed so quick on that Merrillville Pirate defense.
Back the pass. Sorensen throwing over the middle. And I believe it was caught by Leonard. That's going to give them 1st and goal from the 10.
Leonard's name called again.
I think that was Zach Bloom there, number 30. Kind of hard to see the numbers way up here. But I'll tell you what, we haven't seen a run on this series. It's been all pass. Even the jet sweep, the flip forward counts as a pass if you're a fantasy football guy.
Yeah,
you know that for sure. You know that for sure. PP, a point per reception.
Yeah.
PPR league.
Leonard on the far side of Sorensen. They give it to Shearer. Shearer met at the line. Might have gained a yard.
Kind of looked like he went down a little weird on that. Hopefully he's all right on that.
Kind of got bent backwards.
Yeah. He's bouncing up. That's good to see.
Yeah.
Merrillville saying there was a fumble. Referee's saying it's still Bricky football.
I think maybe forward momentum was stopped. Or
Bricky's quickly to the line here on 2nd down. Just under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Sorensen looking right, throw in. It's incomplete. He was looking for, I believe, Mason Jackson, number 36.
And it looked like he actually had somebody in the back of the end zone. One safety was covering 2 receivers back. But design play, right? That quick out, get in your athletes, hands, try to make a play after that. But I wouldn't be shocked to see come back here that they're looking now in the back of the end zone.
I want to, Aiden Leonard's, they got Aiden Leonard listed at 6'4". He's going up against a DB that's 5'8". He's a forward on the basketball team. Maybe a little jump ball to him in the corner of the end zone and have him go up and get the rebound.
Second down. Handoff, Shearer, nowhere to go. Actually going to lose a yard or two. So now you got 4th and goal from the 11-yard line.
Big play here for the Bricky offense here. Obviously, you got to get in the end zone. I like that, Josh. I think you give your big man a jump ball. I mean, it's tight, one man-on-man coverage. 6'4" versus 5'8" normally wins every time.
Looks like they're bringing out the kicking team. That extra point was blocked, too.
That's an interesting play call if you're going to go for the field goal on 4th down. You'd think you'd maybe open it up a little bit as opposed to trying to cut it in half with the run.
And the last, kick PAT was blocked, just like Mike was saying.
And Hobart's going to want to take a timeout. Xander Langford is the kicker. Bloom the holder. Timeout with 1:05 to play. I can see Doug in my, you're saying pass?
I say fake. I say fake. What do you got to lose right now? Fake.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about a non-conference game. This game really has, very minimal meaning on, conference. And then obviously in Indiana, everyone makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you could put something on film for conference play, right?
Yeah,
you're on a fake here. You give, the opposing coaches down the road another thing to study and prepare for. So it might not be a bad option.
Yeah, I mean, last, PAT we talked about got blocked. They've been coming hard all night on PAT. The punts that we've seen, they're coming hard. So, I mean, it is kind of set up. It's not a bad call.
Langford back out there. It'll be about a 28-yard attempt. Snap down, kick up, and it was blocked again at the line. I think it was McGee again. So no good. They give the ball back to Merrillville.
Yeah, you saw that momentum really shift from Merrillville to the Hobart Brickies, but unfortunately after being stalled and now a block BAT, you gotta, that Merrillville Pirates sideline is feeling really good about that last drive and heading into halftime.
When you're playing a quality opponent, Doug, like the Merrillville Pirates, when you're in that red zone area, you have to score points.
You have to. You're right.
You have to come away. You can't have empty possessions that deep in your territory. You look at the legal shift, and then you look at a conservative run call on 3rd and 8. And then you get a field goal blocked.
Yeah. And this is still enough time for Merrillville. 1 minute left. With how fast they are and the big explosive plays that we've seen, 1 minute is a lot of time for them. And I think they got one timeout left, if I'm correct.
They get it at the 20-yard line. 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Pope. Looks left, now he's going to scramble around. He's going to take it, gets a block. He's out to the outside across the 30, across the 35, down to the 39-yard line. Stops the clock at 53 seconds.
I wish we had the stat track on him because I'll tell you what, he accelerates like a race car, man. He cut in, cut out, bounced in, and he's turned the jets on. He is fast.
And he got out of bounds.
Very
smart play.
1st and 10, 39. Same formation, shotgun. 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Johnson and Pope's going to keep it again on the carry, trying to get around the corner. He cannot, but he does pick up a nice couple yards out to the 46. Stops it at 47 seconds.
I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it, huh? Same play. I mean, it's tough to stop. I mean, you're spreading them out. You got doubles on each side. Middle of the field, just a single middle linebacker that's trying to make a play against someone that's very athletic, can run very fast. Got a pulling guard coming in at you too as well. It's tough.
Hobart's playing. They're not giving a lot of cushion here on the near sideline. They're giving about 5-6 yards here. Double move or something down here on the near side.
2nd and 3. Pope keeps it again up the middle. Gets a push. Still moving his feet across midfield. Finally taken down at the Bricky 49-yard line.
Oh, it almost looked like he ripped the ball out as he was going down there. The Hobart Brickies, some of them are waving the other way.
First down.
38 seconds. Pirates quickly on the ball. Clock runs. 3 wide to the right for Pope, 1 to the left. Pope back to pass. Looking left. Throw in. This one's incomplete. He was looking for Mark DeLosa. Brings up 2nd down. 28 seconds to play in the first half.
That's good coverage down here on the near side. I talked about the double move, and he's playing real tight coverage with a short time left. Sometimes you want to give a little bit, make them make the short completions and come up and tackle them because you don't want to get beat anything deep.
Ball on the 49-yard line, trips to the right, far side. 1 to the left for Pope. Pope, here comes some pressure, gets away, got a man open, it's Gills. Gills makes the catch across the 40, down to the 35-yard line, stops the clock momentarily. What a catch by Gills. Same formation, quickly to the line. Pope will spike it, stops the clock at 21.
The previous play was a great play call. Bunch right, near receiver, sideline. They ran a crossing route, which pulled the defense that way, and then they ran the running back on a wheel to the near sideline. And he was able to hit him for a big play.
Yeah, bobble and catch, too, as well, to bring that in. Slightly overthrown, a little bit he got up and bobbled it and brought it down.
You talked about a minute as being plenty enough time for the Pirates. And, they're in plus territory now here on the 35-yard line driving against this Bricky defense with still 21 seconds left.
Yeah.
I believe they called a false start on Merrillville. Is going to back him up to the 40. First and 15 now. Clock run. Pope. Back to pass. Here comes some pressure. It's picked up. Going deep. Looking for his man. It's caught inside the 10. What a grab by John Peters. And he is hurt. I think he landed on the ball, too.
I had a feeling they were going to run a double move. They ran a double move down here. Yep. And I will tell you what, that was a heck of a catch by Peters there. I tell you, you're talking about a guy that made a phenomenal grab there.
Yeah, and Pope putting it right in the right spot between both of the Hobart Brickies defenders there. And for him to come up with that, too, as well, just a spectacular catch.
Peters slow to get up, finally does. Yeah, it looked like he fell on the ball and then rolled over. A nice grab. It's going to mark it down at the 9-yard line with 9 seconds to play here in the first half. Pirates leading 21-6. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a short one, too. Merrillville takes it. You are watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Welcome back to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network. 4 seconds to play here. We just had a pass out of bounds. 2nd down and goal.
Doug, if you're Coach Cease, you kind of find your best 2-point play. You always have those 2-point plays in the playbook. Oh, they're going to kick a field goal.
Think maybe they run a fake here?
I don't know about all that.
And the senior Martinez out for the field goal. 26-yarder up, and Martinez good as gold. 24-6 is the score. That'll do it at halftime. The Pirates leading the Hobart Brickies. We will talk about this on the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. It's coming up. You're watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 50 years, family-owned Budd Insurance Agency in Hobart has been providing insurance services and protection to Northwest Indiana, offering insurance for home, auto, commercial, and life, as well as Medicare supplements. Dave, Bob, and Mike can custom fit a policy to meet a person's needs. The skilled staff at Budd Insurance treats each client with personal attention. Located at 615 West 3rd Street in Hobart, Budd Insurance is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Give them a call at 942-1028 or visit them online at buddinsagency.com.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Holiday Rent-A-Car offers a wide variety of newer model cars, vans, and SUVs. Free local customer pickup and drop-offs are available. Debit cards are accepted. Restrictions apply. All rental cars are for sale. Financing is available. Located at 3709 West 37th Avenue in Hobart, Holiday Rent-A-Car is open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Call 219-942-8561 or visit them on the web at holidayrentacar.biz.
I'm Tim O'Brien, former Hobart Brickie and Northwestern Wildcat quarterback. When I was playing, I always wanted to be prepared for the unexpected, planning for what might come next. As a certified financial planner with Edward Jones Investments here in Hobart, I pass on that same philosophy to my clients. Planning for the future is important. The same goes for advertising. I plan ahead and turn to the Region Sports Network because they get the job done for me. And I, therefore, put my trust in them, knowing they are the only game in town. And go Brickies!
Granger's at the Clock Tower is a place to gather in downtown Hobart before or after a Brickies win. Whatever meal you are in the mood for, you can find it at Granger's. Owned by a Brickie family, Granger's also offers an aesthetically pleasing indoor setting, along with an outdoor section overlooking the beautiful Lake George. Check out one of Hobart's highest rated restaurants, located at 437 East 3rd Street in Hobart, and they're open 7 days a week. Visit their Facebook page for daily specials and events. Granger's at the Clock Tower. A good time.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. On Tobel, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit vontobel.com to find out more. You're listening, I should say, the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. You can visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure, along with Josh Huddleston and Doug Ashaball. Mike Zajac from Merrillville High School. The Pirates leading the Hobart Brickies 24-6 at halftime, and it was pretty much all Pirates in that first half until Hobart's starting to move the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Obviously, Merrillville found their offense pretty quick in the beginning of the game, going 3 for 3 on their drives, and it was a lot of run, right? That was the key thing there, that J.Q. Johnson just lights out. The Mac Jones Drew that you talked about, I mean, that's this powerful running. It takes more than one Brickie to get him down, is the thing, and you can't arm tackle either.
Yeah, you're talking about Merrillville scoring on all possessions except one, and they kind of ran out of time here at the end of the second half, where they had, I say settle for a field goal, but they'd be happy to have points deep in their own territory with a minute to go, drive down the length of the field and kick a field goal. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about the Merrillville Pirates, who pretty much are able to run whatever running play they want on offense, quarterback draw, quarterback powers, you name it, running back plays. They're just having all kinds of success in the running game. So it's going to have to be the front seven of Hobart's going to have to step up in the second half if they want a shot to get back in this game.
And Josh, you got the scores of the first half.
Yeah, Jaquan Johnson, he had a 2-yard run, which put Merrillville up 7-0. Deontay Pope, he had a 35-yard touchdown run on a beautiful quarterback draw himself, which made it 14-0 pretty much to start the second quarter. And then Jaquez Johnson again with a 55-yard touchdown run, which he broke some arm tackles, went right up the middle. We got to see a little bit of athleticism, a little bit of power, and then we got to see some speed. Hobart answers back, though, with a 5-yard touchdown run by Willie Shear. And then we just had, at the end of the half, we had a 26-yard field goal to make it 24-6. Hobart's PAT was blocked, and they also had another blocked field goal as well. So that brings our score to 24-6 here at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you say the blocked PAT, you say the blocked field goal there. You're talking a 2-possession score or 2-possession game versus now a 3-possession game. So those blocks are very, very big by the special teams for the Merrillville Pirates.
Yeah, you're talking about a situation where Hobart had a lot of momentum. It was a kind of a botched punt. They got the ball in plus territory, the green zone you call it, and they had an opportunity. They had a false start or illegal shift, and then they ran a play. They got stuffed and then had to settle for a field goal.
Starting with the band members.
But you're talking about a Hobart offense that has shown a glimpse of the ability to move the ball both on the ground and in the air. But they're going up against kind of a juggernaut on offense that is the Merrillville Pirates, who, as we've alluded to, can pretty much run the ball at will at this point.
Of course, and I mean the Brickies offense, when you started talking about passing, that started to come alive, right? I mean, we saw a lot of short passes, put your foot in the ground, turn back to the corner, and then they were turning and getting 5, 6, 7 yards after a catch. They were having a lot of success with that. I guarantee going into halftime, too, as well, they're going to talk about that, and they're going to say, hey, I think we could do some more of this, right? Let's get that momentum back here after the halftime. But that's also going to open up your power run, too, as well. Then we started seeing the run game start to open up in the middle a little bit. We saw some real nice jump cunts over there by Willie Shear, too, as well, when he took it for the 5-yard touchdown there. Those are the things that you're going to have to keep doing in your short passing game to open up your run game as well.
Yeah, you're talking about, TJ Caldwell, who's lightning fast. I look for them to get him more involved. They ran him on the jet sweep. They've taken a shot at him. He needs to be the focal point of their offense in the second half because he's quick. I mean, he took that jet sweep. He looked like it was nothing there, and then he pretty much turns the corner, and he's got a 12-yard gain in the blink of an eye. He's fast, and then that helps complement the running game and then the speed of Johnny Sorensen. And Johnny Sorensen has been super accurate tonight with his throws. I mean, some deep balls, some scrambling. The play he made throwing across his body to Will Shear in the first quarter. He's been able to put the ball kind of where he wants it.
Yeah, he's able to roll out and move his feet and still make a play down the field. It really does show, Johnny's athleticism that he does have. And again, I think it's Hobart Brickies. You keep pushing for that. Keep, expanding that pocket. Keep having to roll out, making some nice, easy throws, and get some yards after catch.
Yeah, I think when you're Hobart playing against Merrillville, moving the ball, scoring a touchdown, creates some confidence. Sometimes when you go 3 and out and in possessions consecutively, you start start to have that doubt, hey, can we really move the ball? We're not able to, we haven't shown the ability to really stop them on offense, slow them down, yes. But so they need to come out in the second half. They're going to be receiving the kick, and they need to put together a nice drive, well-balanced drive, and put one in the end zone and reestablish that confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Josh, I was going to say with Aiden Leonard getting a lot of the looks over there on the far side of the field, that should probably open up the pass game toward Caldwell coming up in the second half, because I think some of the Pirates are going to start looking their way to Leonard like, okay, we've got to put another guy on there, and that should open up Caldwell in the second half.
Yeah, it's kind of, you see these superstars, wide receivers in the NFL and college, and you start to see the second receiver, start to have big numbers, because a lot of times, you start to roll coverage to the guy that can make the big plays, and then you got guys like Aiden Leonard who are very capable of changing the game themselves, because he's a playmaker, and his size at 6'4", going against the DB. Merrillville's playing the matchup, so they're putting number 11 on number 13, and that's the matchup they like. But that also opens up the matchup for Aiden Leonard, because he's 6'4" versus 5'8" DB there. So when they get down in that red zone area, look for them to take a couple shots and just give them a chance.
Yeah, I would like to see that here in the second half from them. Is give them some jump balls. See what big man can do and get up there and climb the ladder and come down with some. And, again, you're right. I think it's going to open it up a lot for T.J. Caldwell, too, as well. You're going to see him much more involved in the second half.
The Pirates leading the Brickies 24-6 at halftime. Let's take a look at the scoreboard update. It's brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. Let's take a look at Laporte's down in Lowell. It is 7-7. That game tied up in the third. These are the latest scores I'm getting on our scoreboard update. Some weird scores. It's coming. Don't worry. Michigan City and Lafayette Jeff, they're tied at 14 in the second. River Forest and Calumet, it's all River Forest in that one. 26-0 at Calumet. Griffith Panthers hosting the Munster Mustangs. Panthers on top 14-13 at the Boneyard. Highland all over Whiting 39-0. That game is in the second quarter. Hanover Central leading Hammond Morton Governor 7-0. Latest score out of the first quarter. No score recorded yet from Lake Station and West Central. No score either on Bowman Academy or IC Catholic Prep out of Illinois. The other game going on the RSN network, Valpo and the 59ers. It's all Valpo in that one, 41-12, just up the road at Andrean. Other game going on RSN. The number one, Crown Point Bulldogs, continue to dominate. 42-0. They lead it around the second quarter. It might be halftime now against Chicago Taft. 21-14 is the score at Lake Central. The number 6 Lake Central Indians hosting Providence Catholic of Illinois. They trail by 7. Boone Grove leading South Bend Clay 25-6. Wheeler over Kankakee Valley 14-12. That game's in the second. Here's your weird score just popped up. In the fourth, Chesterton 6, Warsaw 5. That game at Chesterton.
Baseball score.
Yeah.
Northwood all over Portage at the Warpath 35-7. Rensselaer dominating North Newton 36-0. Games tomorrow. Gary Westside will go to EC Central. Thornton South out of Illinois taking on number 9, the Hammond Central Wolves. And Bishop Knoll will take on, what is that, Oswego? Grace Eagles tomorrow afternoon. Take a short break here at halftime. It's the Hose Connections halftime report. 24-6 is the score. Pirates on top. You're listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Are you a builder, remodeler, or homeowner? If so, you need quality materials at the right price. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, Von Tobel's friendly and knowledgeable staff can help. And since we're 100% employee owned, every time you come in, you're dealing with an owner. We have a great selection for kitchen, bath, flooring, decking, and more. Plus, we offer free design consults to help you with your next project. Scan or visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation. Von Tobel, building better together.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. It's built by Von Tobel with locations in Valpo, Cherryville, and Michigan City. You can check out VonTobel.com to find out more. 24-6 at halftime is the score. You're watching the Hose Connections halftime report. It's brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Pirates over the Brickies by 18. Just a few minutes away from the kickoff here in the second half. And guys, Josh and Doug, I'll ask you, what are the keys to the second half for both teams?
I think if you're Hobart, I think it's pretty simple. You got to find a way to stop the Merrillville Pirates. You talk about things they could do on offense, but if you don't stop them, you're not going to get back in the game. So first order of business, the key for the Brickies on defense is to find a way to stop the Merrillville Pirates on offense. They got to stop that rushing attack.
Yeah, if you flip it over to Merrillville Pirates, I think the big thing there's two is defense continue to keep playing the way you are. The defensive line bringing pressure, stuff in the up the gut runs, start taking away those little short passes that can get, Hobart Brickies first down. I think that is key. Continue to apply that pressure at D-line. And on the second, when you talk about their offense, I think you keep your rhythm. Keep opening up that playbook. Keep picking and choosing what you could do. Spread them out. Bring them in. Those QB draws. I think keeping the Hobart Brickies defense on their toes and continue to keep rolling on your offense the way you have is going to be big for the Pirates in the second half.
Yeah, if you can't be stopped, you probably won't lose the game.
Yeah.
Right?
And eat the ball up, too, as well. I mean, they eat up a lot of clock if you truly think about it. They have some very, very long drives that, ultimately end up in scoring. you keep ticking that clock away and you're putting points on the board, that makes it very difficult for your opponent.
You know, guys, I wanted to mention this during the game. I took a look at RSN's Facebook page today, and they got some dates in region football history from August 24th. Doug, you might like this one. Longtime Griffith head coach Russ Radke returned to the Boneyard in just his second game as head coach of New Prairie. This was back in 2012. Cougars edged his old team, the Panthers, 14-7 in one of the most widely anticipated regular season games in history.
Rusty coming back to the Boneyard, I remember that very vividly, actually. It was fresh with, Coach Radke leaving, and I was taking on the New Prairie Cougars down there. So I'm pretty sure that stadium was like standing room only when Russ came in for that game. And it was a close game, too, as well. I mean, it was a nail-biter, 14-7. But you talk about how well he's impacted both sides of the ball, just 2 years at New Prairie, but in a long time at Griffith there. They really came out and showed out, and to be widely anticipated, like you said, in region sports history there, it shows the impact that Coach Radke has on region sports.
Speaking of the region sports posting stuff on Facebook, they got to be careful. They posted the Hobart Crown Point game in 2007 when Crown Point kicked the game-winning field goal. Made me a little upset. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
Well, Josh, speaking of Hobart, back in 2001, the Brickies ended their 4-game skid against the Panthers with a 34-14 win in a Week 2 matchup at the Bricky Bowl. I think that was the old Bricky Bowl back then. Panthers would lose to Andrean the following Friday before reeling off 9 straight wins, capturing another sectional title along the way.
Today in history.
Today in history. It's today in history on the RSN Facebook page.
It's kind of cool just to see the rich tradition of region football. Yep. You talk about some of the success, and as I was walking in, I got a water, and I was talking to the lady who took my money, and she said she remembers when Hobart would just be dominating and going down the state, and it was almost as if they walk out on the field and won the game. And so, you start to hear those conversations and the memories that people have of the region football and then this rivalry being renewed. And it's kind of exciting times in the region. Yeah,
it is. Region football is something definitely special. Obviously, you got downstate too as well. But, I mean, region football in the state of Indiana is just huge. It's almost like one big community, obviously going against each other, but it's just a massive area where football really is life. And when this time comes rolling around, you sure see a lot of people that pack the stands. You got people all over social media. Region football is something special.
When you talk to other people throughout the state and other parts of the country, really, at the outside of, some big schools in Texas and stuff, and you talk about the amount of fans that show up to football games here in the region, and people are, they're blown away by the overwhelming support of high school football here, Friday Night Lights in the region. So it's kind of cool and surreal. Doug, you got to play on the Friday Night Lights and just embrace that moment. And that's some of what these kids live for, going up through Pop Warner, and you coach Pop Warner. And, you get to see these kids, and they go to the games on Friday, and they soak in that atmosphere. And then they get their opportunity to go out and play. So it's real exciting to see that come full circle and the support that the fans, the communities as a whole give back to these young kids.
Hey, Doug, you coaching down in Lowell, Pop Warner, what is something that you take away from when you were playing on Friday nights teaching these young kids now?
I think the big thing is having fun, honestly, especially at that age. It's crucial. You want the kids to continue to keep playing, coming back every single year. Yeah, you want to win, right? We all want to win. But it's truthfully teaching them really the game and how to have fun and continue to keep showing up. That's the they're young, right? 8, 9, 10-year-olds that are flying around playing for the very first time. You want to make it very memorable for them, very fun for them, where when the season ends, they can't wait to come back next year.
Doug, do you know how to coach anything other than the wishbone?
No. That's simple right there. No, that's a very simple answer. There's not a single thing else.
Doug's a Griffith Panther legend, right? I mean, that's what you guys did in Griffith. Just ran the wishbone from the time you guys could walk.
Yeah, that is exactly it. You're exactly right. And that's a shout out to Coach Radke too as well. Learned from one of the best when you talk about wishbone and triple option over there. I could tell you,
It's hard to
it's hard to stop.
It's hard to stop. When it's ran right, it's hard to stop.
It is, and I don't think in high school we ran anything else other than the triple option. It was far and few between if you ever saw a pass or a sweep.
We're getting set for the third quarter here. The Pirates leading 24-6. That has been the Host Connections halftime report, brought to you by Host Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. You can visit them on the web at hostconnectionsinc.com. Host Connections, proven under pressure. Taking the kickoff out across the 20, gets it out to the 22-yard line. That is Connor Stafford. And now Sorensen and company need to get something going on offense. They were moving the ball pretty well there at the end of the first half. So you got to continue, get the ball. I know Aiden Leonard got open. Got to get the ball in the hands of your playmaker, TJ Caldwell.
Yeah, I agree here. This is a big drive, obviously, coming out at halftime. You had the momentum in your favor and shifted pretty quickly. Right now is the statement, hey, we're still in this ball game. We're not going anywhere. The Brickies offense has got to get across the goal line here on this drive.
First and 10 from the 22, too wide to the right. Sorensen's going to keep it right side. He gets some blocks, but he's tripped up. One of the defenders got in. It looks like Jaden Mason, the D-back, got back there. He only picks up one.
They ran a quarterback power there, but they ran it to the short side of the field, so he kind of ran out of real estate there. He had to turn up quicker than he wanted to, and a very, very minimal gain there.
Second and 9 from the 23, too wide to the right, one to the left. Man in motion is Leonard coming out to the left side. He's going to go far side of the field. Sorensen back to pass, looking toward Leonard. He's got him wide open, and Leonard is going to get out to the 28, 29-yard line. He's going to be short by about 4 yards.
You talk about Caldwell. You know, he ran kind of a post there, and two guys went with him, which opened up Leonard underneath.
And we talked about that at halftime, too, as well. The amount of success Brickies did have on their short passing game. This is what they're going to continue to keep building off of and need to put a good drive here together.
3rd and 4 for the Brickies. Caldwell here on the near side. Leonard far side of the field. Handoff. Shear trying to get something moving. They do not. They get out to maybe the 29. There's a flag far side of the field. Wait to see. And it's going to be on the Brickies, moving them back. Well, penalty will be declined by Merrillville, so that brings up 4th down. Josh, you like the play call there on 3rd and short?
They kind of ran right into the teeth of the Merrillville defense there, but this is the more interesting play call, 4th and 2, and they're going for it.
Man in motion is Shear. It's going to be empty back set, and now all kinds of confusion. You got guys coming out onto the field, and Coach Osika is going to have to waste the timeout here early on in the 3rd quarter.
Lots of confusion there. I don't know if they were trying to maybe do a little quick kick by the quarterback, changing their mind, getting new people on the field, but that's tough when you got to come out and take a timeout this early.
It's one of the disadvantages to running this hurry-up offense where you're signaling in plays where you can't ad-lib, if you will, where so it's kind of an interesting thing where you only have so many plays that you can have signals and hand motions for. So, what play call do you have on 4th and short from hand signals? So it's kind of a tricky situation. Hobart could not afford to come out and have a 3-and-out, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Now we see the punter back on the field.
Ball just spotted at the 30. The punt is away. It's a good one. A high one out near the 32-yard line is Gills. Gills can't get away from the defender. It is Connor Stafford bringing him down right at the 34-yard line, it looks like, of Merrillville.
Great coverage, by Connor Stafford there. I mean, that's very hard one-on-one in an open field, especially with the punt returner. You know, it's one of the fastest guys on the team. He's got some moves, but he was able to fly down there and break down and hit some really good one-on-one coverage there.
There's a term called out-kicking your coverage, and when those big bombing punts, you think those are good until you out-kick your coverage, but great coverage by Hobart.
Absolutely right.
1st and 10. They'll start it at the 34-yard line. 10-13 to play here in the third. Pope will hand it off, and Johnson gets away from one but can't get away from another. He's taken down after a pickup of maybe 2. I think Aiden Leonard getting on the tackle there as well.
Calling his name tonight on both sides of the ball there. I mean, he came up and filled that gap pretty well after that broken tackle and was able to stop it for a short gain.
They put a good hit there.
We got a Bricky down on the field. Looks like a leg injury. Can't tell who it is. We'll take a short break. When we come back, you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network, building better together. 2nd and 8 for the Pirates. 2 wide to the left for Pope. He's rolling out to the right side. He's going to keep it. He can't get away. Now he does get away from defenders across the 40, near the 45-yard line. There's a flag in the backfield. See where this one's coming. It's a hold on the Pirates, so it'll come back.
I mean, still, what a powerful run, by Pope there. They had 3 broken tackles. Even when he tried to hit him near the sideline, he didn't go down. So, I mean, when you have such a dual threat like that at quarterback and you're running QB powers or, he's slinging it across the field, that's a nightmare of a matchup when you're trying to prepare for that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't arm tackle any of these guys carrying the ball from Merrillville.
No.
And you start talking about how, you hear all the different ways practices are structured and a lot less contact in practice. So you wonder how that impacts football games moving forward.
Makes it 2nd and 18 from the 23 of Merrillville. Pope directing Johnson now on his right side. 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Pope's going to keep it up the middle. Big hole, he hits it. He's across the 40, he may go. 50. Cutting back far side of the field, finally taken down at the 41-yard line. A big run there by Pope.
They've been having a lot of success with that little QB draw or, QB power up the center. And just before this play, I was saying in my head, man, that middle of the field is wide open. And they continue to keep hammering that middle of the field with Dante Pope.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 down linemen, 1 linebacker. The rest of the guys are split out. You're playing 5-on-4.
Yeah.
I mean, the math doesn't math there for the Brickies on defense, and they're able to have success up the middle.
Pope's helmet came off after a 41-yard run, and in is Sanders going deep. Got a man, and he dropped it. Intended for Zamir Martin right through the hands. And 2nd down. A beautiful throw there by Sanders, the sophomore, but Martin got turned around and just dropped it.
Yeah, you got to feel really good about your offense when your backup QB can come in on a dime and drop a ball like he did perfectly, just like not missing a beat whatsoever on that offense. Unfortunately, he dropped it, But, man, that was a nice, beautiful ball. Hit him right in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, I think both the receiver and the DB didn't see where the ball was at, and it had to turn and catch it. But it was perfectly thrown on the far shoulder. Beautiful throw.
Sophomore stays out there. Sanders gives it to Johnson. Johnson lowering his head, bouncing off defenders, dragging defenders across the 30, down to the 29 for another Pirate first down.
Just that stumble, bumble, keep your feet going. I mean, they just keep attacking the center of the field against the Brickies defense, and it's working. But it's also working because he can break 3 or 4 tackles at the same exact time.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the linebacker there scrape Phil, and Johnson with that low center of gravity was able just to hit, keep his legs moving, and keep going.
There's a whistle. Looks like Gibson had to come off the field. The leading tackler for Hobart. Big number 67, Marcus Fernandez, coming in onto the field. 6'6", 320 up the middle. But that doesn't matter for Johnson. He picks up 5 on that carry.
And Hobart's got to find an answer here to be able to stop that up the gut. They got to find some way to stop it because they're gashing them for 6-7 yards each time.
I realize this is your base defense, but they haven't made really any adjustments. They haven't went to a bear front. They haven't brought in, maybe a 4-4. They haven't really, kind of switched it up. They've pretty much stayed in the same base defense.
Sanders gives this one Johnson. Johnson cuts back up the middle. He's across the 20 to the 15. Another first down for the Pirates.
And give it up to the Merrillville Pirates, too, as well. If they're not seeing those adjustments, we're going to keep running the same exact play because we're gaining yardage. And we just saw it again. Another one right up the middle. Now, he made a nice cut back towards the middle. Thought he had the outside. But, again, they're exploiting that middle defense.
Hobart keeps blitzing the guys off the outside, but it creates those natural lanes by, bringing those guys in. And Merrillville's just letting those defenders run past them on the outside because they're running up the middle.
Pope back in for Merrillville. 2 wide to his right. Johnson right behind him. They fake it to him, and now Johnson taking it, but Pope takes it, but Johnson tripped them up. Why not? Because some confusion in the backfield. They'd lose 3.
And now they got him there, right? They did come off the edge on that last one, but it looked like it was a little bit slow, bobbling in the backfield.
Bobble snap, yeah.
And that's where you saw. But I can tell you what, they were going right back up the middle on him.
That'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Pirates. From the 17-yard line, 2 wide to the left for Pope. Johnson to his right, man in motion. And they fake it to him, and Pope's going to keep it. Pope to the 10, Pope to the 5. He's into the end zone for another Pirate touchdown. 17-yard run. Pope's in for the 2nd time tonight.
Simply just bringing your slot over, that jet sweep motion again. You have to respect the athleticism and how quick Merrillville Pirate offense is. But a great read by Dante Pope there. Watching that edge just continue to crash down and chase that jet sweep, yank it and hit the outside. I mean, he walked right in the end zone.
Martinez.
You're talking about speed, vision, athleticism. Anytime they run that play and there's any false step, Pope's out the back door.
Yep.
Snap down, kick up. It's good again for Martinez. 31-6 is the score at 6:47 to play in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit vontobel.com to find out more. Aiden Leonard taking the kickoff. He bounces off a one, can't get away from another. He's out to the 27-yard line for the Bricky offense. Down 31-6 here in the third.
I tell you, the Merrillville student section here has the construction theme. And, the Merrillville Pirates on offense just took their lunch pail, and they've kind of gone to work. I mean, on the ground game.
A ton of success. I mean, it's just that, and it's power football. That's all you're seeing. You're seeing just up the gut. Our guys are going to come after you, and we're going to see, who's going to come out on top. But they've been having a lot of success. But that also does give, props, obviously, to their athletes, their athleticism. That Hobart is really sticking true to that outside to take that away.
1st and 10 for Sorensen, looking left, throw in. It's caught by Leonard. Leonard finally taken down at the 34-yard line, almost knocked down from on the ball looks like Nathan Gills almost got to it. A nice grab there by Leonard.
We would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Merrillville Pirates offensive line, too.
Yeah,
those guys
right.
those guys are getting it done up
Oh,
front.
yeah, they're getting after it tonight.
2nd and 3, too wide to the right for Sorensen. He's rolling to the right, looking downfield. Throwing, got a man far side, a first down, and out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
And this is where, the Bricky offense got to find their mojo here. And they're having a lot of success. I would not go away from these short pass games. You're getting the ball, you're catching, you're getting 5-6 yards afterwards. This is something they found success with, and they need to keep rolling with it.
Yeah, nice job sealing the edge, allowed Johnny Sorensen to roll out and hit his guy on the near side.
1st and 10 from the 44. Sorensen fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. He's got to get away from defenders. He cannot. He's swallowed up in the backfield, far side of the field, losing about 3 on the play. 2nd down.
Again, that defensive line, we're talking about Terrell Elmore. We talked about him a lot in the first quarter and, sealing the edge and exploding off the ball. It's very tough to try to get outside when you got a DN playing like that.
Yeah, Jaden Mason from his safety position, he read that the whole way, and he came up and filled it, made a tackle in the backfield from his safety position.
Empty backfield for Sorensen. They show blitz. Here they come. He's got to run away. Roll in right, flips it out, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Brickies. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. 3rd and 12 for the Brickies from the 42. Shearer behind Sorensen. He's back to pass, looking left, throwing, and Jackson, it was too low for him as he was backing up. Incomplete, 4th down, punt time for the Brickies again.
Yeah, not the way the Brickies want to start the half. Both drives here ending very quickly for them. You got to get some kind of momentum back here. And, it's going to start with the Bricky defense here on this next is can you slow this offense down and get the ball back to your offense and make something happen. But, time's starting to tick away where you got to start making some things happen if you want to stay in this ball game.
More confusion for the Brickies, finally getting all their players on the field. Here comes the blitz. They can't pick it up. Nice punt again by Hobart, and the ball is dropped. Fumble there by Javion Gills, and Hobart gets the ball back around the 31-yard line.
Josh, you said it earlier. It's very hard to come running up on that when you got your coverage team in your face. And, he made a couple good snags earlier in the game, but unfortunately this one, came back to where he bobbled it. But this may be the spark that Brickies need right here.
And you know what? You could, if you're a Hobart, you'll take it any way you can get it.
Absolutely.
And Merrillville was the beneficiary of a Hobart mistake on a punt last time where they roughed the kicker, and then they went for it on 4th down and had success. And now Merrillville muffs the punt. Hobart's on their 30-yard line with a good position to to get a score here.
Yeah, this is a great time to strike, too. You got a defense that's just coming off saying, oh, we're good, and not expecting to go back on the field this quick. Right now is a good time to score.
Trent Brown was the one to pick it up for the Brickies. Now they're going to launch one long, looking for Aiden Leonard, far side of the field. It's too long for him. It's incomplete, brings up second down, and Leonard slow to get up.
I like the play call.
I do. Those are those balls we're saying, take the one-on-one shot with your tall man and see what happens. I mean, and honestly, he had him too as well. He was just about a yard in front of him on that throw.
Sudden change, defense, a little aggressive, and they went up and took a shot there.
Penalty on Merrillville moves the ball up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5. Ball up now to the 26-yard line.
They say sideline penalty.
Yeah. And now, timeout taken by the referee. Going to talk things over. Heads over to Coach Osika to give him an explanation. And finally, we're ready to go. 2nd and 5, 4:47 to play here in the third. Sorensen, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. It's Leonard far side. He's rolling right. Looking downfield, throwing. He's got Leonard. He makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. They say no, he didn't get the feet down.
And Sorensen took a real hard shot, too, as well on the sideline over there running out. Again, I keep talking about that defensive line play. Man, they are very, very quick as well, even in open field. Just not explosiveness that's coming off the ball. Getting off their blocks, shedding the blocks, and being able to run and track down Sorensen, the runner, whoever it may be, man, they are quick to close the gap.
Yeah, his clock, Sorensen's clock in his head's going quickly because Merrillville's getting so much pressure.
It's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be on Hobart. I think Leonard went out of bounds and was the first one. Yeah. The illegal touching on Leonard. That pushes the ball way back now to the 41-yard line, and Hobart going the wrong way.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's a tough break right there. You got to get about 10, 12 yards here to make it manageable. Obviously going for it on 4th at that point in time if you can get those yards.
They ran that one screenplay to success early in the game.
Still 2nd down. 2nd and 20 from the 41. Sorensen rolling to his left. He's got Caldwell across the 40, and Caldwell's knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Caldwell only picking up 3. Mark it at the 38.
And at halftime, we really talked about Caldwell getting involved. That was a big key for Hobart Bricky offense. But you got to give credit to the Merrillville Pirate defense of taking him away this game.
Empty backfield, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left is Caldwell near side. Sorensen rolling right, throw in, and catches made far side, short of the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be 4th and 11.
Just kind of sprinting out, roll out passes. I think it's, the Hobart coaching staff probably realizes the amount of pressure that Merrillville is able to get with their front 4. So moving the pocket, which changes the defensive line's aiming point and helps slow them down.
4th and 11. Sorensen with 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Throw in and incomplete, looking for Jackson right around the 25-yard line, and the Brickies turn it over on downs.
It looked like he had his receiver 2 in stride. It was just a little underthrown, whereas if you got that up a little bit more, I think he had a chance to continue to keep running a little bit to fight for that first down. Unfortunately, the Brickies now, that's the 3rd series in a row where they're coming off the field without any points, putting their defense back out there with their backs against the wall.
And they had a gift on the muff punt, deep in their territory. They actually went backwards there and weren't able to make anything out of the gift that they were given. But now it's time for the Bricky defense to step up. Merrillville's had tremendous success running the football, And, if I'm Coach Cease here, I'm just going to turn around and hand it off.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And if Hobart tries to take that away, again, now you have this electric passing game that, you can run. So I'll be interested to see here the changes if Brickies defense made any to try to take away that run in the middle.
Pirates take over at the 32-yard line. Sanders in there, throw in, and the catch is made. Martin on the reception there. A laser there from Sanders right at midfield. First down for the Pirates.
That's a big league throw right there. It's a big league play. Play action. Twist your hips and just flick your wrist and throw it, 20 yards on an absolute line.
You talk about the future of quarterback position here at Merrillville Pirates as a sophomore. They got a good one.
After the game, join Mike Jamia and Jack Thiel from the Centier Bank studio. They'll bring you all the scores and highlights from games around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. And Sanders goes down on the sack. Number 32, Andres Castillo, the junior D lineman, getting in the backfield to bring him down. Second and 13. You hear the booing. I don't think they like the call. Late hit.
Zach Bloom came off the edge there and was able to trip him up, and then there was contact on top of him, which is what I think they were looking for, though.
They give it to Martin on the sweep, but it's Gibson taking him down in the backfield. Actually, he's going to pick up one short of the original line of scrimmage, right at the 49-yard line to make it the 48 of Merrillville. 3rd and 12.
I don't want to do the old commentator's jinx here, but this is a big third down.
Yes,
third down for both teams
yes.
here. First down for Merrillville extends it and then pretty much puts this into the fourth quarter. If Hobart's able to get a stop, they're able to look to get themselves back in the game.
2 minutes to play here in the third. Empty back set for Sanders. Back to pass. Roll into his right. He tucks it. He's going to dive forward to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first down marker. 4th down for the Pirates. Let's see what Coach Cease wants to do here.
And what you saw there from the Bricky defense, too, as well, is that might be the first time I saw Gibson blitz coming up the middle all night. And I think what they're, the Pope's not in, that speed, that outside speed, they're thinking, hey, we could bring some pressure now maybe up the middle and, put it on sophomore Jordan Sanders there. But, when it shifts like that, it does change what the defense is going to do. And I think that just attests to, as well as Dante Pope, and how electric he is in the run game as well.
The punt is away, and it goes into the end zone for another touchback. Thought we were going to have a maybe running into the kicker again. Number 32 is Andres Castillo of Hobart, running into the punter Darian Wiggins. But no call from the referee. So Hobart's going to take over at the 20.
I think when they become football players at some point.
At some point, too. You're correct.
In the course of a play. So I don't think anything was malicious or intentional there. But anytime you hit the kicker or punter, you get an excitement out of the fans, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I think once his foot comes back down after punting is when he becomes, the football player. And that's what happened. His leg was up, came back down, 2 feet on the ground, and made contact. I think that was a good no call right there by the ref.
But Hobart, they get a stop there. Merrillville 3 and out there. So now you start looking at potentially, Hobart's got to get something going on offense.
Got to get something going on offense here.
1st and 10 for the Brickies. It's a handoff up the middle. And picking up about 3 on the carry is Max Pickett, the sophomore running back. And they're at 5'11", 195. Big kid for a sophomore. Picks up a couple. 2nd and 8 from the 22. 2 wide to the right side. Sorensen fakes it, and now he's swallowed up in the backfield. Taken down. McGee in on the tackle. along with Adam Camphor. 3rd and long.
You can start seeing some of the frustration a little bit on both sides of the ball, starting to get a little chippy sometimes after the play. But again, this is a big rivalry too as well. Like you said, reigniting that rivalry. Got a lot of rich tradition behind it. And, both teams are playing their hearts out. Obviously, they keep going, but things get a little chippy down there. You kind of like to see it sometimes, though. You still got a fight left, and it doesn't matter. You're always in this game.
Yeah, those and you get tired early in the season. Things get a little heated. It shows a little competitiveness.
Exactly.
And, as long as it's clean, it makes for
some good football.
There you go.
Might be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 5 seconds. Sorensen gets it off. Here comes the blitz. He throws on the screen, but not getting by the down lineman. It was Jalen McAllister taken down. Shearer, and that'll do it after 3. 31-6 is the score. The Pirates leading the Hobart Brickies. You're listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region, right here on the Region Sports Network, presented by Von Tobel, with locations in Valpo, Schererville, and Michigan City. Check out vontobel.com to find out more. 4th and 10, they will punt it away. Another good punt sends Gills back to the 40-yard line, and falling down on the 40 is where the Pirates will take over to start their drive here in the 4th. Stay with us after the game. We'll name the Proud Union Home Play of the Game. It's presented by IKORCC. Learn more at IKORCC.com.
I tell you what, catching punts is tough. He muffed one earlier, then you can almost guarantee a fair catch the next punt that's coming out.
Give big props to Xander Langford, too, as well. That was one heck of a punt. I mean, he was on his 8-yard line, and it landed on the 40. I mean, you're talking a 52-yard punt that was sky high as well. That's very tough, as a returner trying to catch those, especially when you got guys flying, running down in your face.
I got fired as the punt return man. I was okay with that.
1st and 10 for the Pirates. It's Johnson taking the ball right up the middle, dragging defenders. He's got the first down to the Bricky 49.
And you can see again now the Bricky defense has changed with that pressure. Now that Dante Pope is back in the game, now they got that dual threat on for the run game here.
Quickly giving it to Gills, and Gills crosses the 45 down to the 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and another Pirate first down, moving the chains nicely here on this drive.
Smart play there, by Merrillville, getting right back on the ball after a 12-yard gain there, and just getting right back into it, saying, hey, we're going to turn around and hand the ball off again and getting another 12 yards.
Yeah, I could just see a heavy dose of JJ2 here and just keep feeding them the rock.
1st and 10 from the 38 of Hobart. And now Merrillville going to run some clock here, take their time. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Pope We'll give it to Johnson. Johnson just goes straight ahead, picks up 3 to the 35. And there is a flag right around the 37-yard line.
It's been a relatively clean football game.
Yeah, for the most part it has.
Hasn't been a lot of penalties.
The hold on Merrillville that backs them up 5 yards. Make that 10 yards, excuse me.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the greatest times of year. You know, Friday Night Lights kicks off last week. Swamp Kings, Florida Gators on Netflix launches in the middle of the week. We got week 2. College football starting. It's one of the greatest times of the year.
It really is. It really is. I think Notre Dame and Navy and Ireland tomorrow. That's going to be a good game.
Who's the Ohio State guy?
We play in a week and a half, actually. IU.
No, wait, what? No. Hold on. I'm not an IU football fan. I'm a Notre Dame football fan. IU basketball.
I don't blame you there.
Nice stop there.
This is Gills taking it up the middle, but he's stuffed right at the line. Number 55 taking him down. It's Andrew Martinez getting in the backfield.
Great gap fill there on the power. You know, they needed a lot more of that tonight, you know, where they're able to get in the backfield quick and get them in the backfield to make a move versus, you know, getting some steam in front of them first. So hopefully they can get something, build something off of that where they are able to start shutting down that middle game.
Under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. 31-6 the score. Merrillville all over Hobart. Pope's going to keep this one, and Pope stiff arm around the 45, out across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, he just put his foot, juked the guy right down here on the near side and picked up another 8 yards. I mean, he's tough to tackle in the open field.
He really is.
I wouldn't want to draw that assignment.
Mm-mm. 3rd and 10. They're going to go 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Pope.
This is usually the quarterback draw here.
3 down linemen for Hobart. He's going to keep it, and Hobart gets in there, only picking up 1 or 2. They stuffed them. 4th down coming up for Merrillville. Let's see if they decide to do.
Josh, yeah, you called it right there. I think Hobart was ready for it too as well. Obviously, you had Gibson come flying up, realizing what was going to happen anytime they see a 5 wide receiver set.
Same formation. 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Pope. Changing the play up a little bit here.
Wouldn't be shocked to see if they fake that QB draw and throw it deep.
And now a false start on all the wide receivers, I think, got it on the far side of the field. And now here comes the punt team.
I think that's the first time that watching football, I've ever seen every official throw a flag on the play.
Don't forget, after the game, join Mike Jamia and Jack Thiel from the Centier Bank studio. They'll bring you all the scores and highlights from games from around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. Fourth and 14, 9 minutes to play.
Merrillville's brought their punt team out.
Bringing guys in and out for Merrillville. And some guys coming off, some guys going back on. And Gills
and the play clock
came out. Martin, nothing going on the play clock. Now they start it. So maybe Hobart makes some defensive subs as this kick is away. And dropped by Leonard, but he pounces right on it, right around the 17, 18-yard line is where Hobart will come out. And maybe at this point we'll see some subs from Hobart.
Yeah, I think, you might want to go out there and get some confidence going back in your ball club. You're playing a good, powerful Merrillville Pirate team, so you want to be able to get these guys as much experience as you can as you start.
back home. Here is Sanders, flips it out on a screen. It's Gills, has big hole, cross the 35 to the 40. They'll mark it down at the 41.
Looks like they're going to go for it too as well. I don't see the punting team coming out.
Yeah, that was a nice design screen after your quarterback gets sacked. Hobart's bringing the pressure. The counter to that is the screen play where everyone's running basically past the receiver, and they just dink it off to him, and they go.
4th and 3 from the 41-yard line. Wiggins will punt it away. Still running some clock, down to 4 seconds on the play clock. Here's the boot. High kick, they let it bounce. Across the 30 down to the 28-yard line for the Brickies. After the game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Just under 3 minutes of play here left in the game. 31-6 our score. Merrillville leading Hobart.
Starters still in for the Brickies as well. Yeah. Again, really want to build confidence, get something, put something together, build off for next week.
Sorensen will hand this one off. And a stiff and a nice little run there by Pickett, the sophomore running back.
And obviously you've seen some changes too as well by the Merrillville Pirates defense. Down here, they had 2 wide receivers set with only 1 corner. Something that they could have hit a quick, Hey, put your hand up, wave it up. Hey, we only got 1 guy over here. Let's change it up. But now it looks like the Pirates defense is reset.
Sorensen just hands this one off to Pickett and swallowed up right at the line. Big number 52, Jalen McAllister, in on the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like Merrillville's made some adjustments on, got some guys in, some subs on defense.
3rd and 5 at 2 minutes to play. Sorensen back to pass, looking left, throwing deep, going for Caldwell, and he makes the grab.
And we've been calling that all night, right? Let's throw it up to Caldwell and see what he can do. And obviously he came down with that big one right there. I think that is something that Hobart could have utilized during the first 3 quarters and earlier on in this game is, hey, we got a playmaker over here. Let's just give him the ball and see what happens.
Just do it again.
Brickies down to the 32-yard line. He's got Caldwell again toward the end zone, and this one is incomplete. The defender came in late to break things up. It was Warren Brown on the coverage, 2nd down.
I was surprised they went to the middle of the field there on a post route. They had kind of a cover 3 look there. Safety sitting high over the top. They had some success going down the sideline. I think they, just kind of go back to that.
Yeah. Even see a post corner is really get that corner to bite in and let Caldwell get to the corner of the end zone.
2nd and 10 from the 32. Brickies trying to add on to the board. Pickett's going to keep it, and Pickett breaking tackles left and right. He's got the 1st down across the 20 to the 19.
I'll tell you what, kudos to the Merrillville defense. They do a lot of different – they disguise a lot of coverages. You don't see that a lot in high school football where, you're starting a 2 shell and shift to a 3, cover 3. So they do a lot of good stuff on defense.
They give it to Pickett again, and in the backfield going down. Taken down by Marion McLean.
Yeah, it looks like the Merrillville Pirate did not get off the field in time, too, as well, and they snapped that ball.
Some legal substitution. 1st down for The Brickies get the ball at the 14-yard line. Minute and 18 and counting left to go here in the fourth. Brickies knocking on the door. Add on to their score. They give it to Pickett. Pickett across the 10. He's got the first down to the 8. First and goal from the 8. Too wide to the right for Sorensen. Sorensen fakes it, keeps it up the middle, into the end zone for a Bricky touchdown.
Again, they kept the starters in for a reason, right? They wanted to build some confidence up. Yeah, you're going against, some subs on the defense, but if you can build some momentum, build some confidence heading into week 3, that's what you were looking for.
Sorensen from 8 yards out. Makes it a 31-12 game, just over a minute to play. And it's Langford in for the extra point. He's going to fake it, tossing it to the end zone. Incomplete, looks like Pickett far side. So not fooling the Pirates on that. It remains 31-12. We'll keep it right here. So Pirates in control. Looks like they'll go 2-0 on the year. And Bricky's moving to 1-1.
Yeah, I think, we said it in the beginning of the broadcast, the two teams playing two quality opponents early in the season before conference play starts, kind of seeing what you're made of. And I think there was a lot of questions answered tonight on both sides of the ball. Merrillville, realizes that they can move the ball, and Hobart realizes, that they need to show up the running game. But they also had some glimpses where they were able to stop this powerful Merrillville Pirate team. So, while it's 1-1 and 2-0, you're happy with where you're at as a ball club moving into conference play.
It's a great test too, as well. You're playing tough in the beginning of the year, sets you up for conference play, like you were talking about, and ultimately the state title run in the playoffs is you want to play competition. You want these good games. You want to play, the big boys, the ones they say are the best around the region. And, when you get that, like you said, it answers a lot of questions. You see some good film. You can learn from that, correct those mistakes, and then move on once you go into conference play.
I think, Doug, you mentioned the confidence builder on that drive for Hobart. That was big for Sorensen, too, he struggled all game. Haven't found Caldwell, and they finally connected on that deep ball. So looking forward to next week against Munster. They just want to keep building momentum as they go into conference play. As onside kick is right at the Upman. Number 35, Aaron Cookendall. And that's where Merrillville take over right at the 45. After the game, joined Mike Jamia and Jack Thiel from the Centier Bank studio. They'll bring you all the scores and highlights from games from around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. And you can follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on Facebook.com/Region Sports and RegionSports.com. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com. Final seconds here in the game. Merrillville just runs it up the middle there with Cameron Jordan, the freshman. New quarterback is Darnell Bowles. He's a sophomore quarterback, 6 foot, 148.
Yeah, they just run up the middle, letting the clock tick down. This should, for all intents and purposes, be the last play of the game.
They do give it to the running back. Going nowhere is Cameron Jordan. Final 15 seconds. Teams will head toward midfield, and that'll do it. The Pirates win this one 31-12 over the Hobart Brickies. Hobart goes to 1-1. Merrillville remains undefeated, 2-0 on the year. We'll wrap things up here at Merrillville High School. You're listening to Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the region right here on the Region Sports Network, building better together. Final score, Merrillville 31, Hobart 12. Merrillville moving to 2-0. Hobart dropping to 1-1. Guys, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, we talked at the end of the broadcast that there's real no loser from this game. You learn a lot. You talk about taking a big jump between week 1 and week 2. Learning a lot about your ball club, and then especially from week 2 to 3 when you start conference play. So I think both sides learned a lot about who they were, about their identity, about their willingness to battle, their willingness to go out and compete. So while the scoreboard might say Merrillville 31-12, as we said last week, there's really no winners or losers here. The learning aspect of it, because you don't win state titles in week 2 or conference championships in week 2, but you learn a lot about who you are as a ball club.
You're right, Josh, and I think the big thing is we touched base already on that. Is you play the big boys, you want these battles off in the beginning. You learn a lot. You go into film sessions, you can see the mistakes, you can clean them up as you head into the. I don't want to say more important, but more importantly, the conference play, and then the playoff run that you have. So I think you're correct on that. There's no real win and loser when it comes out of this game. It's learning in this game, and what can be adjusted. Like you said, week 2 to week 3 is still a very big jump. We're early in the season. you start kind of the beginning, middle of the season when you turn over to week 3, and obviously we got some tough opponents for both teams that are coming up, but it's really a learning. What did you see in this game? What mistakes? What adjustments? What are things that you can do differently going into week 3?
Time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the football court. Guys, who we got?
Yeah, our insurance superhero of the game is going to go to senior QB Deontay Pope. I mean, when you talk about being able to throw a ball, when you're being able to run a ball, you're a dual threat quarterback, and seeing a quarterback run up the middle quite a bit is very, very impressive too as well. But, just a great run-in. Great running the ball, played extremely hard, and you saw when he came on the field versus, the backup here for the Merrillville, it really changed how the Hobart defense was, trying to stop it. And nonetheless, that superhero is going to go to Deontay Pope. He just had a fantastic game tonight, throwing and running.
We'll name the blue-collar player of the game. It's brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
Our blue-collar player of the game is Aiden Leonard of the Hobart Brickies. I mean, you talk about a kid that just kind of threw his whole heart out there in tonight's game and battled. He was making catches, making plays. Saw him making multiple tackles on defense, just fighting and battling all night. True blue-collar grit from Aiden Leonard of the Hobart Brickies.
The proud Union home play of the game. It's presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Doug, who we got?
Yeah, play of the game is going to go to JQ Johnson here, and he caught on quick. He was electric quick, and when he had that 55-yard touchdown run, it was truly game-changing. It really kind of the feather that broke the camel's back, kind of, so to speak, of what you say is when you have those very long runs and you're running at power and you're running up the gut and somebody takes it for 55 yards, it really takes the wind out of your sails there. But he showcased his speed, his athleticism, the way he can move inside the tackles and the jump cuts that we saw from tonight. But nonetheless, that play of the game is going to that 55-yard touchdown run by JQ Johnson.
Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez, operations manager Rich Castillo, Rico, coordinating producer Claude Martinez, Jack Thiel, the sports director at RSN. Producer tonight is Ben Tomera. Special thanks to the coaches of Hobart, Craig Osika, Merrillville's Brad Cease, athletic directors of Hobart, Mike Black, and the Merrillville athletic director, Amy Beckham. Of course, we want to thank all you listeners here on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com/regionsports, regionsports.com, and, of course, ihsaatv.com. So for Ben Tomera, Josh Huddleston, Doug Ashenbaugh, Mike Zajac saying so long from Merrillville. You've been watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.